It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh.
Hello there.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
And good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to every one of you tuning in tonight. This is Maiyegun Live.
Diary Politico. Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary. Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun Diary. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
When I hear people declaring for APC, saying that they want to continue the good job of Mr. President, the good job of people dying every day, the good job of Naira falling every day, I feel so ashamed that we have gotten to the level where sacrificing, people will come and say, look, I want to continue the good job of Buhari. What is the good job of Buhari? Of hunger is a good job. Of poverty is a good job. Of insecurity is a good job. Of the economy falling is a good job. It's such a shameful thing. I can't believe that somebody will come out in today's Nigeria and say, I want to continue where Mr. Buhari has stopped. May God forgive. May God never allow that people to continue to.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share this broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun is here. Sure.
Una know wetin dey annoy me pass for this election matter. Those of you now wey be say una dey abroad. Una dey abroad and comot for this country because una dey find good life for una self and una children. I make una run comot because this country e not good, e not let una stay. I make una run comot. But you can't comot now dey abroad. You dey from there they campaign for PDP and APC. Wey kill this country, wey make this country dey like this so. Wey not make you feel stay, you still dey campaign for them. Now Ogun go kill you. Now Ogun, there is no two ways about it. Ogun go do collaboration with thunder, fire you. The way you take go empty-handed, now that empty-handed, now you take come back. You dey enjoy the good things of life, oh. You see, government provide good road for them. Security you get. What anything way that you they pay for, you they receive and they receive light, good road, good social amenities. But you they say make we see the vote for this PDP and APC for here where you live, where you because of a wrong. It not go better for you. Anything where you lay your hand upon for that side, it not go move forward. Not because now karma. Now wait till you bring upon yourself. Now you they receive so. Because I can you imagine how this country don't die rich? The thing can't pay you. You can't run. You don't even consider people where it still run no way not female can reach there. All of them back for Libya road. Today now that they kidnap who they kidnap. They send videos to their loved ones for yeah. Make that they bring out some money, else they'll buy their pikin. You can't see get mad because you don't cross, you don't dare obodo ibo. Anyhow we work out for here, you not concern you again. You still the campaign, you still you get mad on your useless phone. On your useless phone, we go put you for trouble. Say you they campaign for all these old men we kill this country. You not go better for you. Anything where you lay your hand upon for good, you not go prosper. You will never see light in your life. The way you say they pray for darkness for this country, light will run from you. Every good things of life will run for you.
Thank you very much for joining me. And what you have on your screen is an official statement from the official Twitter handle of the Central Bank of Nigeria. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. This is what we're going to analyze. This is what we're going to dig into and see how much of you probably will feel the crime they have committed against you. And they were only able to do that because of one Nigeria. The official foreign exchange receipt from crude oil sales into our official reserves has dried up steadily from above $3 billion monthly in 2014 to an absolute $0 today. Emefiele. Now I'm going to explain this to you the same way I have managed to explain to myself, and a better way indeed. When APC, Egbekegbe, came in with all promises that later became cancelled, Nigeria under Goodluck Jonathan was making over $3 billion from oil every month. And as they were making the money, they were sharing the money. Sometimes in 2012, when the likes of Adams, Oshi, Omole of Edo, he was governor then. The likes of Isaleko, Barack Obama, Ajangbadi, Aristotle, Fashola, he was governor then too. In the likes of Ubima, Judas Iscariot, Amechi, Rotimi, he was governor of Rivers then. By 2013, when they were coming together as a strange bedfellows to start what is today APC, Egbekegbe, they took Goodluck Jonathan to court. Why? Before the emergence of Yaradua and Jonathan in 2007, when Obasanjo was living, the sum of 44-point-something billion in Nigeria foreign reserve. He left 21-point-something billion in what they called the excess crude account. You know why I'm telling you all of this? They are all interlinked and connected to what is now today zero. So when Obasanjo handed over to Yaradua, with that balance, Yaradua died 3 years after taking that power. When Goodluck Jonathan became the substantive president of Nigeria in 2010, the balance in the Nigerian foreign reserve was somewhere around $37 billion. Over $7 billion already withdrawn within 3 years. The balance in the excess crude account was somewhere around $15 billion. Over $6 billion have also been withdrawn. This money people have not really asked about that money. But now let's go to Jonathan. Now, when Jonathan came, crude oil production in Nigeria was somewhere around 1.8 million barrels every day at over $100 per barrel. So much money. Why did Obasanjo create excess crude accounts? In Nigeria, they rely more on how much crude oil they sell. In fact, they build their budget or they plan their budget based on what they call oil benchmark. What is oil benchmark? Is that whatever the price of crude oil this year, what do you project it to be next year? Oh, it is $40 per barrel this year. We expect that it's going to be somewhere around $60 next year. Then in Nigeria, they use the plus or minus formula. I don't know what that is, but you know what I mean? Like if it be up, if it be down, or if it be middle. So they will now budget. They put their budget on how much is, do you think we should put the price of barrel, it's okay. Okay, put it at $30. Now, if next year oil is sold for, a barrel of oil is sold for $40, $50, or $60, even $100, that means we have already cut our clothes according to our size. So any excess that you get, you can put them away for the raining day. That was what Obasanjo did. And that's how much, that's why he was able to save over $21 billion that he left for Goodluck and then Yaradua. That was the origin of excess crude account. Now let's fast forward to 2013. Ajangbadi Aristotle from Lagos. Ubima Iscariot from Rivers. Oshiomole of Edo. They instituted a case. And that case was that money that you are putting in that account, that Obasanjo is like a federal government. They have no right under the Nigerian law. That said, once you kill them, more will share them. Once you kill them, more will share them. Nothing like saving any goddamn thing because it's not your money. The Obasanjo had no right. Federal government of Nigeria have no right to keep the money that belongs to everybody and say because it's excess, they are saving it. In fact, they were slightly right. And I'll tell you, they got the rumor that Goodluck Ebere Jolantan, like Yaradua, he has already started spending that money too. Remember, the balance was 21 billion in 2007 when Obasanjo handed over. They drawn it down to somewhere around 15 billion within 3 years of Yaradua. So these guys were in the opposition. So to them, they were like, no, we must share the money. By the time they got judgment from court that said that excess Crude account, they must share the money. The balance in the account was somewhere around there, 12 billion. Jonathan said, don't spend at about 3 billion. Sharp. So last, they got a court case that said the money must be shared. So from 21 billion, 15 billion, 12 billion, it was drawn down to $7.5 billion when APC, Egbekegbe, took over from Jonathan. $7.5 billion. Remember, the purpose of the account is that any money they make in excess of what they have budgeted or their benchmark for oil, because that oil sale is what they put all the hope of Nigeria on. Meanwhile, other areas have been shared by them, and the proceeds from them, they go straight into private pockets. But you see that oil. So if it goes down, Nigeria shaking you, Nigeria sink. But by 2015, the balance in the foreign reserve of Nigeria was $32 billion. Which means within the space of 5 years, Goodluck Jonathan didn't add any penny to it, or maybe he added, plus or minus, that balance in the account was less than, was $3 billion to $4 billion less. So the sale of crude oil was fine because they were making good money. NNPC under Diezani, you remember Diezani? Under Diezani, they were remitting money. The record of the Central Bank of Nigeria, which Emefiele is part of and still part of, showed that Nigeria was making over $3 billion every month as at 2014. But by 2015 and today, they are making zero remittances. That then explained it. Nigeria is in bad shape, mismanaged, looted. Nigerians have become poorer. Nigeria is so vulnerable, exposed. The value of an average Nigerian is completely being trashed. You know it, I know it. And these are the reasons. The Central Bank of Nigeria said they have depleted the account that normally receive the money from the crude sale. Let me tell you one of the things that happened when these people came in. Oil theft in Nigeria escalated from 2015. Listen to this. I'm giving you real data here. You can go and cross-check. These are real life issues. These are the reasons why many of you are struggling. The reasons why many of you, majority of you today in Nigeria, why you have become prayer warriors, believing that somebody somewhere is after your destiny. Nobody is after your destiny other than the system that is already rigged against your destiny. It's just going to be like the whole world is against you. This is why. This is why an average Nigerian is undervalued, never respected, for real, in any part of the world, despite being the most populous or the biggest black nation on earth, the most mismanaged place. Let's break it down now. In 2015, they received a balance of 7.5 billion when they were making sales from the crude oil, after Jonathan himself stole, depleted, and did what they did with during their own time. Sorry, give me a sec. I am having an issue with my screen in a moment.
ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀.
Sorry about that. That fixed it, okay? I've got this too long cable, and sometimes I feel like it's just so long. It's like a cable that could be extended from here to the next room, and it will still be like walking, but I'm going to get something shorter. I'm going to try. Sorry about that. In 2015, they received the balance in that excess crude account, the balance of a $7.5 billion. Now, when they came in, the oil exploration and then sale in Nigeria came under unimaginable, never seen before, coordinated international attack. From the production then, there was about 2 million barrels a day. It got depleted, so depleted to the point that Nigeria couldn't meet their OPEC quota because they could barely produce 800,000 barrels a day. Well, do you know where the rest of that was going? It was going steadily into the hands of the criminals who took over Nigeria. Easily, ships were coming in, loading all the crude oil, selling them to different countries all over the world. The criminals in Nigeria knew about this, but guess what? They didn't care. And that automatically affected their source of income. The dollars is not going to come again. Or if it's going to come, it's never going to be like before. Right? So the country that had the capacity of making, if there were no thieves in your system, the country that has the capacity of making over $10 billion or $20 billion every month from the natural resources, from the sale of natural resources alone from Nigeria. But because of the corruption, because of the criminality, because of the rogues that you called your leaders, even the 3 billions you were making no longer come to you. It now goes into the pocket of different people that you don't even know. These are the people that possibly you don't even see them in your government, but they are covered, they are protected. All these are going on because of one Nigeria. Today, the central bank says almost next to nothing is what they get from oil. Now, the money goes to the private pockets. $0. Second oil producer in Africa. This is where, when somebody was asking me about, the effect of what Nigeria has done so much to the people, right? The effect on the people and how people who want us, for example, right? The people who believe that we deserve better, not with Nigeria, by going our separate ways. How are they not tapping into all this damning information that could indeed open the mind of the people to why being or continue being part of this arrangement is like self-sabotage, self-destruction. And you cannot blame anybody for that. Because give or take, if your central bank says they barely get $0, or because as it is right now, your NNPC in Nigeria, they can only, whatever they tell you that they sold or they made from selling your crude oil is what you have to accept, because you have no way of proving otherwise. Do you know that? None of you actually have any other way, any way of proving otherwise. If this criminal rogues says we only sold 40 million barrels in the last 2 years, or we only sold 1 million barrels in the last 1 week, you just have to take it. And if they say, oh, we have not been paid, the people we sold them to have not paid us. So you have to accept it. This is what gives them that total control. And this is exactly why why they will set Nigeria ablaze, burn everywhere that is that could be burned, kill whoever is needed to be killed to gain that power in 2015. Because from what we heard, they had it all planned. It was almost the time to renew the what did they call them? Their licenses, their exploration licenses, or their drilling license or what have you. The licenses they gave to their friends who owns all the oil rigs and most of the oil platform that you have in Niger Delta region or any part of Nigeria right now. So we're told that the renewal time before that election in 2015 was close, and all it remained was that if Goodluck Egbere Jonathan should be re-elected or should win his own election like a second term, right? That they heard the rumor that most of these rogues who control your resources in Nigeria, especially from northern Nigeria, and their associates from southern Nigeria as well, who privately own your resources and give back whatever they can give to you. They call it royalty. Their licenses were coming to a close. The expiration of that were coming to close. And then that 2015 election was very, very crucial because there could be a generational loss of wealth for them. And if Nigeria was going to burn, let it burn. So immediately they came in. Yeah, they renewed all the licenses that they could renew, gave new ones to those ones that are going to do their biddings. And within a space of 2-3 years, Nigeria that was losing about 50,000 barrels of crude oil every day to thieves started losing over 800,000, 1 million barrels, 700,000 barrels almost every day to thieves, oil thieves. So, and these are not, when we say thousands of barrels, hundreds of thousands of barrels, right? These are not things that you just carry 25 jerry cans or 35 liters, jerry cans and go and pump crude oil and move them. No, we are talking about big vessels that we have to like a batch, settle down, and it can take them days to pump the crude oil that they are tapping and stealing, load it up, and then sail into the Nigerian water, then into the international water. This is something that not you and I can do, no matter how much rugged you think you are. So if you can't connect the dot, I just gave you the hint now. So within 7 years, Nigeria started losing the money, the oil that they used to sell, all right? Get over $3 billion from, and they started losing that to some thieves until just last month or 2 months ago when they started discovering, oh, we see where they are tapping the oil. Oh, they just found out that they are tapping it from here. Oh, they found out that some ship, they found a ship that is loading the crude oil, the blah, 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 surprisingly, just a month or two ago. But let's do the math. Let's say every month from 2015, according to Emefiele, read this. From 2015, they no longer receive oil sale proceed of this tune anymore. Okay. Now let's say we don't want to say they are receiving $0. Okay. Now from 2015, May 2015 to December 2015, that's 7 months. So we are going to say $1 billion. Let's say even agree that they are receiving 2 billion, not up to 3 billion, okay? And they are losing 1 billion to God knows who every month from May. 7 months to make it $7 billion, right? Now, calculate from 2016 to 2022. That's going to be like 6 years, Abi, or 7 years. Now, that's 7, right? Now, 7 years, 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 6 should be 72, I believe. That is $72 billion plus 7, $84 billion. This is us being generous here by not being kind of, like, oh, you are exaggerating it. Oh, Emefiele said that the official foreign exchange receipt from crude oil sales into our official reserves has dried up steadily from above $3 billion into an absolute $0 today. Absolute means totally zero. Now, if I have to use that word, if I have to go by that statement, which I believe is not being exaggerated, are you with me? So that would be like $3 billion times 7 years. That's 20 what? $21 billion. No, what am I even saying? $3 billion times 1 year. That's going to be like 36 billion or so. Yeah. Now that would be like 36 billion dollars in 7 places or more. That's going to be like let's see, somewhere around the $230 billion. Now, if we use Emefiele's number and not use mine, if you use mine, being generous, right, using something that is practicable, okay, we say, let's say they were losing 1 billion from that time, it would be like 84 billion today. But if we follow Emefiele's logic, Nigeria have lost over $250 billion to God knows who, and you know who, don't you? So what this now meant for Nigeria is that Nigeria will have to resort into printing our own money or going out there to just go and look for who can give them money. Imagine a country that is looking to go and borrow. Your budget is, how much is your budget again? 20 trillion naira. Abi? 20 trillion. Alone, man. You guys, man, you have no idea what they have done to you. Here is another explanation I'm going to make on this issue of the money from crude sale. When the people who own the oil are being subjected to the worst environmental degradation you can ever imagine in this world, here you get, in that part of Nigeria, their resources is being so depleted and looted that they are shamelessly doing it, criminally boasting about it, like nothing will happen. I'll tell you something, Nigeria debt right now is over $100 billion. Okay, $100 billion, because Nigeria allowed thieves, Boko Haram and gang, in 7 years, they allow thieves to steal your crude oil money. That is over $250 billion in the pocket of God knows who. Now, they have dipped Nigeria, the entire 200 million Nigerians, into a debt, a perpetual indebtedness, which they said would take over 80 years to pay them off. Are you with me? Now, you have a budget of 20 trillion. In this budget, Nigeria, Boko Haram and gang, who have made many of you poorer, now you don't really have enough money to spend on things you used to spend your money on. The value has been your money has been devalued. Inflation has made things pretty much like unreachable for you. But for those who are still kind of managing, some of you are rationing. Rationing means that there are things you used to kind of get easily 4, 5, 6 years ago, when you are like economically a little bit stable, than now. That today you realize that you don't really like flashy things, or you don't really like beer, or you don't really, that stuff, because you have to cut your lifestyle according to the box that APC Egbekegbe put you. Now people have become poorer. And when people have no jobs, right, the government will get no tax. And government have no business than to take money from you by all means. And you can only give to government if you have something to give. In this case, they have squeezed you like a used, what you call, like a orange, squeezed orange. Almost nothing is left in you. But in this case, they are also paying the punk for it. There is no money to run the country. Amechi said, do you even understand what it means to be printing money? In our case, it means there is no money at all. Money from crude oil and all that sales goes into private pockets. People you know, but you can't say. Abi? Now, from 20 trillion budgets, they believe that they can only manage to get 5 trillion from you, from businesses, paying you here and there, taking your money from the bank, charging you ridiculously for different things that you know you are never going to get the service. Even upon all of that, from 200 million people, they believe that it will be a good job if they manage to squeeze 5 trillion from all of you so that they can spend it next year. So where are they going to get the 15 trillion from? Crude oil money, no, they come. They don't zero their mind. It's no longer Nigeria money. It is the money of the rogues in charge of your government or those who are protecting them in your government. 15 trillion naira. Where is that going to come from? Then they will have to go borrowing. And they say when you go borrowing, you should be prepared to go sorrowing, especially if they borrow on your behalf. So 15 trillion is going to be borrowed. Guess what is in that details of that budget? If any of them is actually to invest in you, invest in every one of you so that you can become productive, be gainfully employed, productive enough that when the following year, you will be bold enough to contribute into your nation building. But they don't care about which nation building. Building what? Carriage or a bricklayer. They are not interested in that. You know that. So what have they done? What are the details in that nonsense? I'll tell you. Because Nigeria is so in debt that they have no real money to build their infrastructure anymore, to build their schools, to pay for essential services. I'm talking about the people that really run the country, that run the economy, the health practitioners, the teachers, the security agents, and the rest of those who actually run the country, not the criminals that you are worshiping. Oh, there's no money. Why? In 20 trillion naira budgets for 200 million people, which I believe is just about $25 billion. Can you believe that? Is that $25 billion? $10 billion in Nigeria is going to be somewhere around 700. Oh, hang on. No, it's more than that. But we'll come back to that. Don't let us ruin this first. I'll get to that stage. 20 trillion budget. Nigeria is going to spend 4.5 trillion servicing the debts of the years of the past year. What does that mean? You have a budget. I want to spend 20 naira. Out of this 20 naira, 4 naira, 50 kobo, I am going to use it to pay for the money I borrow. No, not pay, to pay interest on my outstanding basic. Remember that they don't even have the money they are budgeting. No, they are still planning to borrow that too. Okay, but from they plan to borrow money they will spend. They are budgeting for the ones to service the one they have borrowed and spent. 4.5 trillion naira. The second stage is the gbese, the conga inside your eyes, not kanda, conga. You know that kind of thing. Say you get a silo, a big silo, and you have this grain inside. I'm talking about big silo, right? And then you begin to drain it, and right before your eyes, you are going to see a hole right inside that, because that hole is the concentrated center where all the grains are following down the drain. What is that drain in your budget? Subsidy, fuel subsidy. I know many of you are now complaining of fuel scarcity in Lagos. some part of Abuja, and some part of eastern and the southern part. Southern part of Nigeria generally. You are complaining now. Some of you are already buying the liter of petrol, 200 naira per liter. Some are saying they are buying it for 230 naira per liter. It is starting, but just wait for it. In your 2023 fraudulent budget, they want to spend about 4 trillion paying marketers that goes abroad to bring the petrol, the diesel, and the every other thing to bring them down to Nigeria so that you can have access to them at the rate of 167 naira per liter. This is some people who told you they were going to build you one refinery every year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 7th year. The refineries they met when they came in, according to their record, were working at somewhere around 40-45% capacity. Now they are barely working at zero capacity right now. Yes, because it is deliberate. It is a total takeover. Destroy the economy, ruin it, and possibly break it. That's what I believe. For those who are probably not seeing it that way, fine. 4 trillion naira for subsidy because Nigeria still can't refine our own crude. Sure you get. Then what happened to the rest? Are you in rush? There is something called what do you call it? No, sorry. I wanted to use their own word, but I'll tell you what I mean. Like they have a part of their budget that goes into recurrent. Yeah, they call it recurrent. Payment of salary, payment of emolument packages for your criminal politicians, payment of medical bills for themselves and their children and their family, budgeting renovation of the same building they have been sleeping. You know what I mean? Like all of these expenses, ladies and gentlemen, they also take over about 6 to 7 trillion of your money. Then the rest, they said, is going to be for capital expenditure. Those are the ones that is meant to build your roads, to pay for your building of the schools, all that stuff anyway. So at the end of the day, in the budget of 20 trillion naira, they only have just about 4 trillion naira for you, even though they have to go and borrow at least 70% of that money. And in my book, $100 billion should be something around 8 trillion naira of your money, Abi. $200 billion should be somewhere around 14 to 15 trillion naira of your money. So just imagine, no, $200 billion is much. I'm gonna 1 billion. What am I even saying? $10 billion is 7 trillion of your money. $20 billion is 14 to 15 trillion naira of your money. $30 billion is somewhere around 21 trillion naira of your money. So $30 billion, is something that the honesty, sincerity, and the accountability that should come with the public office, if they were applicable to them, this is something that they can make so easily from their oil within, 10 months oil sale. I'm just saying now, being practical, 10 days oil sale will give them $30 billion. But if they are like a responsible country, just a 2-3 months oil sale will give them $30 billion. Then go into other resources, natural resources that are actually going to fetch ×2 of that $30 billion every month. If Nigeria was to be a real place, then go into the real resources, human resources. Imagine a place where you have, instead of having 128 to 130 million unemployed, who have no production, we have nothing to add to the economy. Are you with me? Imagine if you have a 100 million fully employed people with real pay, and they are paying their taxes to the system. Their money alone will cross over $100 billion. Within that 3 months that we are talking about. Yes, the capacity is there. 200 million people, but it is a mismanaged place. It wasn't put together for you. If 100 million of you are working, genuine, they will have nobody that will be following demented people, criminals, singing their praises. You'll be gainfully employed. You'll be challenged. A lot of you will be in school, studying things that are going to change your world. And you're talking about infrastructure, loan, and all these things, right? You will be at a different league, but criminals are in charge of Nigeria. But you see these ones, you have never seen anything like this before. So, you see, me as a Yoruba man, I just want to see where, now, personally, when we look at our people who are like genuinely wanting Yoruba nation, right? Look at this information. This is an information that is enough to be explained to every Yoruba son and daughter, wherever they might be, and say, listen, there is no progress here. There will be none. All these things are deliberate. Look at what we are missing. Look at what could have been our own if we have access to a fraction of this money, because it's part of our money too. A fraction of this will build standard schools, well-funded schools in Yoruba land, that every child in Yoruba land will be educated. And you are not just going to be educated, you are going to be, right, responsible enough to be productive and be able to give back to that same society, because there's so much that you could do by creating opportunity. And it all starts from the type of education we are giving to our people. And what kind of the quality, and you know, quality education, as I have come to know, yeah, if it is sustained, will build quality nation, quality country. And I bet that was what Chief Obafemi Awolowo saw when he, with little resources, he forged ahead and he was like, let's just do it. Let's start from here, until they truncated that. So as Yorubas, these are the numbers that we could show to our people that now we are sharing the mystery. Our people, our children, when they say out of school children today, you will see Yoruba children who are out of school. Lagos State alone has 1.4 million out of school children. Go and check that in that Lagos State. Ogun State, with just about a 6 million population, Ogun State have over 800 out of school children. Children who are supposed to be in school, but they are not. Nobody cares for you. Election is coming, you might see them showing Ojuaye and the rest. But you need resources to build the people. Nigeria won't give us that. But you can tell them what we are missing. You can show it to them. You can put the numbers, you can put, or let me say, why am I saying you? We can put, what do I call it? Illustration that explain what this simply mean in the truest form of it. When we say $40 billion, $30 billion, and other resources that are deliberately shared among themselves, and the proceeds from them are going to private pocket because of who knows who in the name of Nigeria. If what people own are genuinely directed to the use of the people, you will have no reason to be leaking assets of these criminals. You have no reason to be deceived by any fake pastor or fake imam or any fake what do you call it? All these people where they see vision for you and the rest, because you will have no time. You will have your destiny just right there on your hand, right? And whatever you do with it, you will be responsible for it. But they took all of that away from you, and they gave you fraudulent hope to begin to imagine what your life can be like if they decide to make you, out of millions of other people, if they decide to make your own life better. So you imagine it. Go and pray. Do you understand? So when people turn around and they say they want to continue in the legacy of Bokwari, let us be honest. What legacy? Just like Wiki asked here.
When I hear people declaring for APC, saying that they want to continue the good job of Mr. President, the good job of people dying every day, the good job of Naira falling every day, I feel so ashamed that we have gotten to the level where sacrificing, people will come and say, look, I want to continue the good job of Buhari. What is the good job of Buhari? Of hunger is a good job. Of poverty is a good job. of insecurity is a good job, of the economy falling is a good job. It's such a shameful thing. I can't believe that somebody will come out in today's Nigeria and say, I want to continue where Mr. Buhari has stopped. May God forgive. May God never allow bad people to continue to.
God done it. Because if you ask me in a very clear term, Nigeria is already bankrupted. And you see all these people, including Kolu and the rest of them, if they want to be honest with all of you, it will be the point of their conversation. And also, to convince you, they should be able to tell you how they're going to get you out of this. You're not getting out of this. And I just realized that it is not just Nigeria. It is not like, oh, maybe it's just going to be something that when you have a new leadership, you know, the wave with what we have witnessed, is not just Nigeria. Ghana is already boiling, bankrupted. Some of these other African countries are already bankrupted. But put all of them together. Some of them, put all of them together. They may not even make up the number of 10 states in Nigeria. So when they say 128 million people in extreme multidimensional poverty in Nigeria, are you with me? It's not just about when they say, oh, no, they are looting you from the source. And many of you have no idea what this simply means. They are called economic saboteurs, right? You call them, you are calling them, you are seeing them as honorable men and women, distinguished excellencies and there. These are economic terrorists who have held Nigeria at the worst place ever. And as it is, except the entire system is completely crashed and crushed, you are done for. And I was, let me explain that again. The people holding Nigeria right now, they are beyond people that you say, Oti Kowoje. Hey, this one has Kowoje. This one is not Kowoje. The Nigerian money, Kowoje, when they say Kowoje, embezzlement, that one is when you say the money is already here. And when they share it, some people, they pocketed the money. That is what you are used to, Abi. On Kowoje, they don't embezzle. The people holding Nigeria right now, economically, that money is not coming to Nigeria. It is going straight into their own designated destinations. It's no longer coming in before they share them and loot anymore. They are just not. It's like somebody, for example, right? If you see my PayPal, right? My PayPal account online. Then at the back end of it, I have my own bank account, which is now linked. Yeah, it's linked to my PayPal. So whenever I make a withdrawal on my PayPal, it goes straight into my bank account, the one I have put at the back end. So in Nigeria, when they collect your taxes, when they collect remittances here and there, when they sell your crude oil and the money is to be remitted, it's like PayPal, okay? When they want to pay you, they pay you. You see that they have paid you. Nigeria paid. Now, when you go in there to go and make withdrawal as Nigeria, are you with me? You realize that the money is withdrawn. It says Nigeria withdrawn. But the back end of it, no be Nigeria account, they deal. Not their own account. They have done you so bad, so evil, that it's going to be on at their own mercy. When they feel like, hey, Abu K, where was the last time we paid CBN from NMPC? They say, Alaji, sorry, Honorable. Yeah, we paid them last in January. Oh, how much? We paid them $1.2 billion. Oh, in January. Okay. Now, I want you to phone Emefiele and tell him that he should expect some money tomorrow. Then they will now phone him. Hello, Mr. Central Bank Governor. Hey, hello, yeah. Oga said I should tell you that tomorrow we are going to make a remittance of 2.4 billion. I say, Sule, how is Alaji? Alaji is fine. Alaji is fine. He just said I should tell you that. Sule, since January, I thought we sell crude oil every day. Hey, Godwin, I'm just delivering the message to you. Alaji said we'll give you $2.4 billion tomorrow. Go and announce it. Call the media and tell them that NNPC just remitted $2.4 billion from money they are owing Nigeria. And the breaking news, $2.4 billion is now paid by NNPC. Since January, Nikure. Do you understand that's exactly what they are doing? You are the mercy of those who are now going to tell you how much of your crude oil they sold. As a government, call Emefiele now. Emefiele, come here. Tell us how much crude oil was sold last night. How much crude oil is sold in Nigeria every day? Give us the figure. He can't. No, he can't. He will be telling you, based on the data I have, he will be giving different reasons not to tell you because he doesn't know. He is at the mercy of the people that Boko Haram have now handed the Nigerian oil industry over to, who have done you terribly worse. They have committed the worst and the worst economic sabotage ever. These are the people that ordinarily, if Nigeria was to be a country, an international investigation will be opened on them and heirs will roll. People will be jailed. Properties and then, assets will be confiscated. I'm talking about real crime here. But look at them. The Central Bank of Nigeria cannot tell you how much crude oil Nigeria is making every day. It can't. Because they still have to tell him. Even though he has all this contact of Shell or all these multinational oil companies in Nigeria. They are contacting with the Central Bank of Nigeria, but just on the surface, the real owners are behind. And they are the ones who will tell Emefiele, go and tell them, it's only 600,000 barrels. So is that the number? Are you sure? So if you say 600,000 barrels, that means from our royalty from that, you are owing also so and so. Hey, my friend, just because say 600, okay, say 500, say 500,000. That's how much we got every day. No, we can't say that now. We have a record that says you are getting up to 1.6 million. Okay, go and sell it now. Like, that's how they treat them. It is a country. It's like a cartel. You know what I mean? That's exactly how they run it. And you, the mumu they are telling you Nigeria is going to be great. The criminals they are pushing nose for you, like, oh, look at these idiots. Maybe so then tell your papa and your mama. Ask your own parents. Didn't they tell them that Nigeria was going to be great? They are the greatest leader of this or that. But when you pay attention very well, this is the business. This is the reality. This is what finally shape what Nigeria is going to look like economically. And in fact, if crime is going to increase or not, then in poverty, where you have poverty, what do you expect? You want crime to come down. Are you joking? Where people are poor, where people are trying to hit themselves for lunch, for breakfast and for dinner, you will see peace. Where hunger, starvation, frustration, coupled with a tyrannical dictatorship that they are living in, you must be living in mass. There's no way that you can have that mass number of poor people. Over 128 million people living in the multi-dimensional. Do you understand what I mean? Children who are living, they are being born into poverty. All they know is poverty, which they now call survivor. I need to hustle. And they are in their millions. So you expect crime to be less because you are praying? Because you know God? Because you told God to talk? Are you mad? Show why meaning. So that's exactly why you have what you have. Because the source where things could ordinarily be planned, something where you can plan on and say, this is how much. You see, 133 million people in multi-dimensional poverty. And you are complaining about a kidnapping, complaining about this or that, that people are doing copycats. They are doing kidnapping for people are even kidnapping themselves. I was reading somewhere where housewife kidnapped herself so that her husband can pay ransom of 350,000 naira. Her husband couldn't pay that, sold his bike just to get his wife free. Eventually, he paid about 140,000 before the police caught them, and they realized that the woman kidnapped himself. You know, children are kidnapping themselves. People are organizing to kidnap them because for what? You have 133 million people in Nigeria living in multi-dimensional poverty. In the population, Ghana, what is the population of all these African countries? Start putting all these 133 million, yeah. Start putting them in every African country and begin to imagine if you won't have the jihadist headquarters in Africa. Like everywhere could just do, you could just see about law. And that is the number you are putting together in a contraption called Nigeria, where criminals like this are still what? Are still giving themselves a thumbs up. Well done, my shaman. Well done, Your Excellency. God will bless you. You are doing a great job. I want to follow in your footstep. I don't think Femi Okpono Adesina want to spend much time longer. I said, Una no kuku appreciate us. We cannot wait to leave you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. Femi Okpono Adesina from the Presidency. Garbage Shehu. That one is the Presidency. Femi Okpono Adesina is the Vice Presidency. These have been the face of Boko Haram in the last 7 years. He said they can't wait to leave. Listen.
Beautiful. The president said he couldn't wait to get out of office. I think those of us who have been with him since 2015 are also counting that we can't wait to leave.
What is it about that office that makes people want to, I mean, sometimes they just want to get out?
It's a lot of responsibility, and then a lot of work, and then maybe a little appreciation from the populace. So by the time you are winding down, you can't wait to go.
Some people will say, but he asked for it. He was the one who, 4 times he said he wants to be president. Now he asks, why is he hurrying out?
No, it's not a matter of hurrying out. It's a matter of constitutional limitation. He has maximum of 8 years he can spend. He has spent 7 and
If he had his way, if not because of the legal consultation, he may have left before the 8 years, isn't it? I mean, do you feel fulfilled that you have worked in a government at this time?
Femi Okpono Adesina. It's a matter of that we can't wait to go. Everybody, they don't even appreciate us. Only little people appreciate us. The crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the lovers of their own chains, slaves that love their chains. Very few. And that is why, personally, I feel like, organizations that are going to make people see through the lies of all these guys could be those who are going to save us eventually. Because, as you can see, the journey towards their next charade is already cooking. And I've been told that Kalu will be coming to London, possibly this weekend. They are taking him to the Chatham House to go and give a speech like Boko Haram did. I'm saying this to you, those of you who care for yourselves. None of these guys is telling you how they're going to get you out of this mess, which I have told you they can't. Kalu.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one, if I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Call, just forget it. If I want, you know what I mean, if I want to listen to anything, I would rather let my children do that for me. Anyway, I know where to another buy. And if he comes to London, to the Shutter Mouse, you can visit him. Go and take a glimpse. Go and ask him questions. It would take me about 10 hours to get there. But I wish I live in London, and I would have probably been part of those. I would say, call, look, you know what I mean? Like, I won't tell you what I will ask him, but it is what it is. That also, just before we take it up, right? I have an update for you. Remember this guy, this young man that tweeted that Aisha Buhari has eaten all the public money, that she has ballooned from the usual Aisha. So this boy is called called Muhammad. Yeah. Now, Muhammad, the full story, they have told us the full story now. Or should I say an update of this story? So we heard that Muhammad, who tweeted this, happened to be a student, a final year student in one of their northern schools. Sorry that I'm not mentioning names and all that, too, because I want to call it an update in the way, right? So, Aminu Muhammad, when Aisha saw that tweet that said she has ate all the money, that she has ballooned, she ordered the DSS, Daura Secret Service, to pick up the boy. When they picked the boy up, they drove him straight. His family members told this story. They said they drove him straight into Old Rock. Now, when they got to Old Rock, they started beating him in front of Aisha, who sat there and watched them beat the hell out of the boy. Afterward, she ordered that they should take her away from her presence. Like, take him away. I'm sorry, take him away, rather. Take him away from her presence. And it's been over 9 days now that the young boy and the young man, rather, has been locked up by the wife of Bokwari. As they say, it runs in the family. Tyranny, pretense, corruption, and then being power drunk too. Shebi, you remember when was he a photographer or something? I don't know if that guy was a photographer. There was a guy who bought a SIM card, purportedly or allegedly to have been the old SIM card of Bokwari's daughter, Aisha's daughter. So this person who bought this Nigerian who bought this SIM card got arrested for using the phone number used by Bokwari's daughter before. Remember, this is who they were before. If you look at this picture, the one below, this is Bokwari's family before 2015. Look at them, the bottom picture. Imagine people like this, who bought Glow, MTN, and the rest. And the moment their papa got rewarded with presidency in Nigeria and they upgraded, changed their SIM card, never used them anymore. The mobile network provider in the country then reissue these numbers in a new. Are you with me? Yeah, in a new SIM, what have you? And then you just pick up a SIM card. But they said the boy is using the number to commit crime. No, they arrested him because they felt like he may go and use that number to impersonate Buhari's daughter, Aisha's daughter. Are you with me? It is the same family. So he runs in the family. And today people are now saying, free Aminu, Aisha, F Aminu Leo. If you know, say nothing is wrong, F Aminu Leo. The Bokwari that everyone knew at the time, yeah? And then the Bokwari of today, two different ones. So the Aisha they saw back then is different from the Aisha they are seeing now. And they are talking, Ajia, F Aminu Leo. That's one update I thought I should share with you just before we. Should I even kind of wait a while and take one or two calls? Facebook, the Facebook broadcasts have been taken off in a way. So if you are watching and you want to be part of this, you can also call in. I'm going to take calls, okay? And yeah, I'm going to take calls. I won't say that now. If I come back, or let me say when I come back, rather. When I come back, I'll take a few calls and then we can call it tonight. Don't go anywhere.
mi lókàn, bàbá mi ló wẹ̀, ilé ṣàfẹ́ mi lókàn, láìdéṣe, bàbá mi ló wẹ̀, ilé ṣàfẹ́ mi lókàn, èmi lókàn, bàbá mi ló wẹ̀, ilé ṣàfẹ́ mi lókàn, láìdéṣe, ilé ṣàfẹ́ mi lókàn.
Shake, leg the shake. Meanwhile, there's something I've always wanted to share with us, especially all of us who are part of the Yoruba Union platform. So if you are very interested, right, in getting one of those stickers, even for your own area, if you are in Nigeria, by the way. So I'm going to share these direct numbers with us, and you can indeed reach out and call out or place your own order. It's all free. Give me a sec. Yeah, found it. So I'm going to drop that in the comment section. So which means that you can make that call. And when you call, just say, how can I get my own stickers get sent across to me? An arrangement will be made, okay? The first one is, hang on. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Prince Jejeman, how are you?
General Baba, I salute.
I was about to make some of my what do you call it, announcements. One of them is what is what I'm delivering right now. The second one is the one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Supreme Court case. It has been submitted, and a date hasn't been chosen yet, and we are looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So it's part of what I wanted to share, but you just called in. Prince, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Baba. Respect, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Baba. Yeah, this Yoruba Union, I wanted to ask if other non-Yorubas, do they have any space, maybe opportunity to also donate in it, or just strictly for Yorubas?
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. So what we have just made, what we have just done is that there are things that we were supposed to have activated towards all of this, but we chose to just mellow them don't for now. Anything that has to do with money, donate, and all of that, right? We don't want to push that for now. We just want to make it look like, and we want it in a way that, except you chose to say, oh, I'm just going to give this towards this and that, yeah? So it's not something like a priority for now, but yes, non-Yorubas could indeed, well, non-Yorubas have been supporting anyway all this while. So yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, because I'm willing to also support my own way. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
When it's fully ready, please.
No, it's actually ready. It's just that monetary part of it right now is being rested deliberately.
Okay.
Until, you know what I mean, until it's gone back again to say, okay, yeah, let's fire. But for now, without having to go quiet, there are things we've already spent money on that I haven't spoken on in a while. So one of them is this awareness stickers that continue to remind people that we don't want elections as they are promising. Referendum is going to be our way out eventually. So you should brace yourself up for it. This is what the sticker says, right? In a way, a message, very short, but very direct. And we believe that it goes places that many of us may not be able to go to. So that's why I'm sharing the that's why I'm sharing the information for everybody in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, who want any of this. We have more than 5,000 of them. Even though probably they have shared more than 1,000 or two right now, but I can bet that we still have more than 3,000 pieces of this, or 3,000 copies that are ready for anybody's collection across Yoruba land. Now I'm going to share the number. Prince, continue.
Beautiful. Yeah, happy to hear that. You know, it's an effort. You know, and this our struggle. I believe that there no effort is a waste. Any little effort, you know, it goes a long way.
It will go.
Every one of us should just do their part, and
exactly.
I believe we surely get to the promised land.
That's right.
So, Baba, based on today's
they have sold Nigeria. They've bankrupted Nigeria. I don't see any future that these guys are promising them And I've just explained that too. Go on.
You know, Baba, the thing that our people are not seeing is that, you see, these Fulani terrorists, they have crept into all nook and cranny of Nigeria.
They have.
You know, Emefiele is number 3rd most terrorist. I mean, most, I think, dangerous terrorist. You know, by index.
They are the 4th deadliest. That's what they call them. Deadliest, not even just dangerous. Deadliest.
Thank you for that correction. These people have office in Aso Rock. Our people don't understand what is going on. They have office in Aso Rock. They are ministry on their own.
They are.
I get it, me.
Yes.
And these people are being given audience. They issue statements every day. I get it, me.
Yes.
Since they've been committing all their atrocity, nobody has brought them to book.
No.
That is one. Maiyegun. 2 is that all Nigerian borders are very porous. Terrorists are coming in from all angles.
At will.
You see, every part of Nigeria has been saturated by them. You know, because of Nigeria, because of the election of Nigeria, they do not want us to know how many Nigeria. The census of Nigeria is not correct. They say that we are up to 200 million.
They figure that many have disputed that is not true. You know.
In the northern part during census, when you get to a house, they will tell you, look, it's Bashiga. A woman is there, you can't enter. And they will tell you have 20 children. And that's it. That's what the censor man will write on the paper.
And say
and he will just move away. Yes, he will just move away. I get him. This is how they gave us the figure we have in Nigeria as the census. I get me.
I'm with you.
Number 3 is that these terrorist criminals, Fulani terrorists, they make sure that they subjugate the Hausas. They have 19 states in the north. They have succeeded in taking over 12 states. They are the one ruling in 15 states, are not 12. 15 states, they are the one ruling there. Only 4 is left, or 5 is left for Hausas, who are the real Wazobia. In Wazobia, we don't have Fulani in Wazobia. I get me. They are ruling in up to 14 states. Only 5 is being ruled by the Hausas. And these are the people that are conducting the election for the whole nation. Obi, when he starts, only Alamajari alone, he cannot solve the problem of Alamajari alone. Not to start talking of Boko Haram.
Go get a real data.
Not to talk of Iswa, not to start to talk of the so-called bandits. Obi has only Alamajari, the one that they are training to join the Boko Haram terrorists. He will not even solve the problem alone for 8 years. I get me. So our people are so stupid.
Jonathan was building schools. Jonathan was building small clinics. Or more. When his case came for judgment, they stoned him for Bauchi.
His foolishness has no number, Maiyegun. Foolishness. I guess you see when they are during this their campaign, you see multitude going, going. And these are people that they stuck into poverty. When you see, you say, mama crowd. All this crowd you are looking at are foolishness, and it has no number. I get me. So my brother, the point now is that our people, if they have their sense, you see the pastors in Nigeria, because of their tithe and offering, they are not telling their people that this election they are running into the trap of the Fulani terrorists. I get me. They are running into the imam in the mosque cannot tell their people.
Yeah, last time if you talk, they will say Shebi, you participated in the election. Now, because you lost, that's why you dey complain, say this or that. Man, no deal. Man, no deal.
And when you begin now to protest, say you want to protest again, they will now start to bring out that agenda with all those repentant, so-called repentant terrorists that they are putting in their hands with Boko Haram. They will bring them all out to shoot you. To shoot you. How many guns do you have to defend yourself at that very point? Instead of them, now all these pastors, what they will do at last, and now they will do it at last, when many lives have lost. Instead of them to tell their people, this PVC you are holding is useless. You better now, everybody better now to talk about how to do what they call referendum. Referendum. That is only option for everybody.
You know waiting. That's what I want to do. The series I want to do from this December, okay? Telling people that everything in this life get processed, okay? Now when all process fail, and the way the whole world work, even when all process fail and we begin to shoot ourselves, fight ourselves, it go get to some stage. If nobody win, they go see, so yeah, all of you come, more will settle them for you. So you go still have to sit down again and say, okay, oh yeah, waiting cause the fight. We won't go. We don't want day together again. Okay, oh yeah, no put arrangement together. How you wanna go peacefully? They will still say, as they leave this meeting, or we are not there together again, because it's always process. I'm going to begin that teaching from this month, from December onward. Because you see, Nigeria, one day, when we say revolution, okay, I said I was going to tell people that. Now, when you get idea of which revolution you want fight, now you say, when you do all of it, you go end up in the hand of the same people you are trying to run away from. No head, no tail. But there is going to be a time that if we have organizations, organizations with resources, they will shut down Yoruba land. When I say shut down, I'm talking about where you will see over 70% Yorubas who understand what independence truly means. And once they say, we don't, now today, from that moment, the process of us living, at least maybe now autonomy go first come, or they'll say, okay, you know what? Oh, now they control yourself first, okay? Do what you want to do, but no go yet. We'll finalize the whole process before you become final country. Something we have to give. It all starts from having centralized, dedicated people. When I say dedicated, seriously dedicated people who are going to make sure that 70% of us are going to rise up one day soon and shut down everywhere. You see all this we are asking for? They will accelerate it. The constitution will be abrogated. Go on.
Maiyegun, has anybody asked the Fulani terrorists that is conducting an election, why are they still bringing in, as we speak, Maiyegun, they are bringing in more terrorists into our forest. More and more are coming. The border is just open.
Yes.
Every day you see them, they do attach them in trailers and Gongoro.
See what is going on
to the south, east, west.
See what is going on in Imo. Coordinated killings of the people.
I'm telling you, in Enugu, and did you know that before the attack on Enugu happened, the information has come that they are dropping terrorists with a helicopter.
Yes.
Right there, the governor is there, chief security of the state, who is a terrorist because the security vote is collecting every month. What is he using it to do? All over Nigeria, all the governors, they are collecting security votes. That money, they just pocket it. The military created that office to be siphoning money. That's only the reason of that creation of that security vote, because the chief security officer is the president. They have no power. So why the security vote? And they are collecting it at the expense of the hunger in the land, at the expense of the death and terrorism going on in Nigeria, and they are putting it in their pocket. And when signal or the information comes out about the terrorists, that they are around or what they want to do, they will never react until they start killing people. Are you getting me?
And they can start doing
so Maiyegun, Maiyegun, we are in danger. Our people have to wake up. Biafra Oduduwa, we have to wake up. my Lama said it in 2022. 2022 is not yet over. These people, they are bringing in more and more terrorists as we speak. What they want to do is to create Afghanistan and Nigeria.
No.
Maiyegun, that is what I have to say this evening. Thank you very much
the
for the great work you are doing.
Thank you. And then keeping you as well. So I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Bami.
Hello. Bontiwama.
Long time. Mukuman pay. Money lucky team of the Walele Nini. Ó ti tó jọ́ mẹ́ta ọmọ mi ń kọ́ lílà ń kọ́ àtẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀. Ìjọ́ tẹ̀ ṣe ìsàmì, I was watching you direct. Ìjọ́ tẹ̀ ṣe ìsàmì fún ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì, I was watching you guys direct. I was praying àti ọmọ ọmọ Jẹ̀bú alárẹ̀.
Èmi rẹ̀ o.
God bless. Adúpẹ́ fọlọ́run, adúpẹ́. They will grow and be blessed in Jesus' name. They will go and they will be a peculiar in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'm so happy. Oh, ready, mo gbọ́ your mo Jẹ̀bú.
Oh, mi rẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wé o, loud and clear.
Bàbá fẹ́ pè, àlàyé pè. Bàbá bá pè báyìí, kọ́lù bàbá jáwọ́ kọ́lù ní àṣẹ.
I know. Ó máa dàbí ìjọba ọ̀run àfagbára wọ̀ ni. But eventually wọ́n ti wọlé yẹn náà, ó máa ní àwọn personal satisfaction kan tí wọ́n máa feel like yes, finally.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Yémi kọ́ńdọ̀ o, Yémi kọ́ńdọ̀ ìyàwó wa.
Èdè wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà láfíà kan bẹ́ẹ̀ digbí.
Olúwa ṣe.
Àmdúpẹ́.
Digbí Olúwa ṣe. Kẹ́rin. I want to respond to what you are saying. Kẹ́rin ọ̀rọ̀ lókèsọ́lá náà yẹn. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. Location 9, I'm tired of it. Because tọ́ba ní pé èèyàn já fún pé kíyàn gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, èmi mo wà front line.
God bless you.
The funny thing is that àwọn Ọlọ́run bless àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá níbi. I'm working in one of the best hospitals in Texas here. One of the best hospitals. Àwọn tó jẹ́ medical front Yorùbá, Igbo. Tẹ́bàjẹ́ máa rí the best doctor ní Texas yìí Yorùbá ní. Ọlọ́run fún wa ní ọgbọ́n.
Nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe sọ
ìyá
ń jẹ wọ́n ní pé brain drain nìyẹn. Brain drain tó ń ṣe Nàìjíríà yẹn ni pé the best of Nigeria tó ń fi Nàìjíríà lè lọ síta àwa tá a jẹ́ Southern là ń suffer ẹ̀ jù. The best doctor, the best surgeon, the best pharmacist, the best scientist, the best educator, the best this or that. Tẹ́ bá gbé all over the place. Southerners.
Is one of the best hospital, number one hospital in the whole world. Wow. Emergency care when you move. If I pay front line, emergency front line, Nigeria ni. Why today pay? Ìyàlówá jẹ́ ìlú títí wá. If I pay cold blue by Toba must pay cold blue. If I pay cold blue by Nigeria, Yorùbá, Awalama Wabe. Ama gba káwọn ti bí tó débẹ̀. Kí ló jẹ́ pé ìlú wa gógó ìyàwó ń jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn. There's a day 3 weeks ago I sent money to my younger sister. Money ọlọ́dún sí ìjọba mi ránjẹ sílẹ̀ ìyẹn tẹ̀ ṣe ní ṣàkọ àti mi I don't have time I have my own business. Ìjọba mi ránjẹ sílẹ̀ fún àwọn arúgbó yìí. Mo ṣe ìdòwò fún. Àwọn báńkì GTB they been doing it first time, second time, third time. Àbúrò mi àṣebí ní ẹsẹ̀ ìdìbò iye báyìí ni mo bá ń bẹ̀. Mo ní what is going on? This time around mo sọ fún mo ní kó padà lọ sí báńkì pé 10,000, 20,000 tó ń yóò ní owó yẹn tí n bá bọ́ sórí social media fún wọn máa bá tí wọ́n jẹ́ lórí Facebook ni èmi kọ́ ni mo
ẹ mọ̀ tí mo ṣe máa ń pè wọ́n pickpocket wọ́n so terrible débi pé nígbà tí mo kúrò Nàìjíríà gbogbo mi tó wà nínú báǹkì mi kò pọ̀ lọ títí ọ̀bọ̀ owó mi ni ṣẹ̀gẹ́ ti ń sìn 7,800 naira ni mo filẹ̀ ní àkáǹtì mi kò tó èyí tó ti yọ tán tó ti di zero ó dẹ̀ máa ń dá dùn mí tí táwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n bọ́ sórí social media máa ráwọn èèyàn tó máa sọ pé wọ́n yọ kíní kan wọ́n yọ 45 naira text message wọ́n yọ 100 naira wọ́n yọ kíní kan pickpocket ni wọ́n ní Naija and that is as yẹ pé.
ànígbà tábìlì mo ní kábúrò mi padà lọ ọ ní kọ̀ǹpútà ẹ̀rọ.
irọ́ ni.
mo ní kọ̀ǹpútà ẹ̀rọ lọ sí yọ 20,000 wọ́n yọ 30,000.
ọmọ ẹni tó sẹ̀ǹdẹ̀ ni.
àjẹmára bag of rice this is 2 months ago mo ra bag of rice ní 40,000 ní 45,000.
right.
ọdún tí ìdè ò 45,000.
láti 7 years ago kí inflation tiẹ̀ wà títí kò yẹ kó ṣe kí ni kò yẹ kó wọ 15,000 naira kí inflation tiẹ̀ wà 100% inflation.
Tíyìn wà kọ́wọn èèyàn ló gbọ́ kọ́ jáde síta ebi pamọ́.
Kò kọ́ wọn Ọlọ́run á ṣe ni Ọlọ́run á pèsè.
Àwọn ọlọ́dẹ fún àwọn ọmọ wa ní ọgbọ́n níbi school tó mọ́ mi lọ second to last born she's 17 she's in engineering she's a chemical engineering school.
See?
She's 17. She's a chemical she's studying chemical engineering. And 17 in 17.
Future ti wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbélé lọ́wọ́ ó ti yẹ yín sìn gbogbo bó ṣe máa wà guided gbogbo bó ṣe máa rí pé ó succeed lórí ẹ̀ gbogbo opportunity yẹn web yẹn wà around ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ kù sóhun fúnra rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ bó ṣe rí báyé ṣe rí ń sìn níbẹ̀ yẹn nìyẹn bó ṣe everywhere nìyẹn náà ní Nàìjíríà ọmọ 33 years ọmọ 33 years ó ṣe ń wo window pé bá máa ṣọ́ dádì tó bá wọ́n lè jáde mẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ máa fún mi lówó oúnjẹ ìjọba máa ṣọ́ wọn tó bá ti fẹ́ jáde ọkọ̀ tó wọ́n lè fẹ́ yọ jáde ọmọ 33 years tó ti báyé wọn jẹ́ dé nílé ó máa ṣọ́ window báyìí tí yẹ bá fẹ́ jáde pé mọ́mí lè fẹ́ yọ mi lẹ́ ó ti yẹn sì jọ tó bá ti rí pé mọ́mí ti gbé báàgì wọn kó pè mí ó yẹn sìn máa yẹ kọ́ lọ máa yẹ ó yẹ yín ọmọ 33 years ní Nàìjíríà ó ti kàwé tán kò ríṣẹ́ kò rẹ́nìtìn wọ́n ń bọ́ ń lé ni tó bá ti sú abọ́ sórí social media abẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pariwo àwa ló kàn your father Tinubu will buy your family Tinubu can buy your entire generation nígbà tó ti bà generation ti jẹ́ already mà kí la fẹ́ sọ.
I'm fighting because of pé ká gba Yorùbá nationwide kò ṣe yí pé it's for my own good it's for my children torí pé ọmọbìnrin lọ́lọ́run fún mi ìdè fẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ mi gbé sí ìlú Amẹ́ríkà yìí when my father die ipa fẹ́ gbé òkú wọn lọlé àwọn ọmọ mi làwọn ò lọ ọ̀ọ́dẹ lọ wọ́n ní because ṣé ìlú tó ti pààyàn yẹn làwọn fẹ́ lọ.
Imagine.
ọ̀nà àwọn ò lọ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi náà àwọn ò lọ you guys can go we will be calling you èmi ní àtàwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lájọ lọ gbẹ́ ti bàbá wá síbi tó kù síbí bá. Second daughter mi she's in medical school ó máa graduate next year as a bachelor of science.
Everything yeah, she will give it to America there.
She will give it to America.
Whenever she feels like, oh, I come from a so place in Yoruba land, oh, I want to go and give back. To wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wo data. Nǹkan tó máa change mind díẹ̀ ló pọ̀ jù. Àfọmọ́ tó bá stubborn tó pé wo mo ṣá máa lọ, I'm going to go nìkan ni. Irú wọn dẹ̀ rí à. Because risk yẹn máa stay on the face. Do you really want to go there? Are you sure?
Ani ìgbà mi ti máa wo program ìgbà mi tó bá pè mí pé it's time for Zoom meeting I don't want to go because ibi tó bá ti gbé làwọn kó máa fà wálẹ̀ ibi tó bá ti gbé làwọn kó máa fà wálẹ̀ and have already caused so many people tó bá ti tó gbé ibi tí ọlọ́pàá yẹ kí n yàn tó kò pẹ̀lẹ́.
Mọ kàn máa àlàyé kan wà tó yẹ ká ṣe mo ń tẹnu mọ́ ìdí ni wípé gbogbo nǹkan tó wù tí àwọn èèyàn wá ń rí ń sìn mo mọ spirit àwọn èèyàn nígbà tí àwọn èèyàn kan gbọ́ pé mo dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ bí a ṣe lè gba ẹnu jọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yẹn at some point inú àwọn èèyàn kan dùn gan because to them wọ́n wò pé yes pẹ̀lú irú ẹni báyìí ó ti yẹ yín sìn mo believe pé kíní yìí kò sí pẹ̀lú Maiyegun tí mo rí yìí o pẹ̀lú àwọn ènìyàn àtìlẹ́ àti ó ti yẹ yín sìn now ó yẹ ní fẹ́ ṣe ni pé ṣé ló yẹ kí ó ti kí one central body tó máa really wà responsible for every decision and everything, like bí irú ìlànà yẹn for example ó ti yẹ yín sìn. So tó bá yẹ kó bóyá pé ó wà well sustained ni ẹ máa gbọ́, tó bá yẹ kó wà well sustained ni, like it was structured, ó ti yẹ yín, kò ní sí room fún ìgbà tàmẹ̀dù tó ní kálukú wá di ọ̀npàṣẹ tara títí wọn. Ó yẹ yín sí láì sọ pé ìṣẹ́dá kò jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n ń ìṣẹ́dá kò jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn tó yẹ pé tó jẹ́ olórí kìíní yìí ni wọ́n mọ responsibility tó surround kìíní yẹn tó, àbí kó jẹ́ pé wọ́n mọ bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe gbé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yẹn tó. Bóyá tó bá mọ̀ tó mọ how sacred bó ṣe jẹ́ fún so many people ni ṣó yẹ yín sìn, wọ́n á wá sit right. Tó bá sit right, wọ́n wá whip everybody lọ́tún lósì into line. Ṣó yẹ yín sìn. So but tá bá máa sọ̀rọ̀ sit right yẹn mà, tá bá máa sọ̀rọ̀ sit right yẹn mà, ó ní àwọn òótọ́ kan tó ń láti kọ́kọ́ jáde. Yẹn ni mo ṣe sọ yìí pé
bàbá mi tó rí tí a bá sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn olórí iye tó ń da ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá èrú, ṣórí olóṣèlú ó ti fi àyè lẹ́fọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Nǹkan tó fà á ní mo sọ fún yẹn nígbà tí center ṣe nígbà tí center tí ò ti ní exact control,
tí ò ti ní structure,
tó ti sí control, tó ti jẹ́ pé irú wá ògìrì wá igbá wá àmẹ̀dù wá, tó bá ti fà wọ́n sápá bí ibẹ̀ ló máa fà sí, tó bá ti fà wọ́n sápá bí ibẹ̀ náà ló máa fà sí, tó bá fà wọ́n sí ti ẹyẹ sìn. So ó fún àwọn èèyàn kan láàyè láti ríra wọn ju bó ṣe rí gangan lọ àbí bó ṣe tó lọ. Confusion tí gbogbo wọn ti wá kó sílẹ̀ yẹn aláṣẹ padà sí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀. Ó yẹ yín sìn káwá ó dà wọ́n tó yẹ kí wọ́n jẹ́ kán wà responsible láti ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n wà responsible. Ṣé get ma?
We need to leave that country. Torí pé àwọn Ọlọ́run fún àwọn ọmọ wa ní ọgbọ́n àti òye.
A lot of it ma.
Although my first daughter was 17 when he went to software engineer tó nígbà tó gba associate tó lọ sí kiri 17 ló gba degree of software engineer. Ó wà ní school ní ṣèṣe doing his PhD at age of 22.
Àwọn ọmọ wa miss opportunity gan lè mà, but I mean we'll get there ṣá. Gẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ mà ẹ jẹ́ sọ kíní kan fún yín mà, ẹ jẹ́ sọ kíní kan fún yín. Ṣẹ̀rí tí tàbá ní organization ẹ máa gbọ́ tàbá ní organization mo sọ kọ́ fáwọn èèyàn kan mo ní ṣẹ̀rí Yorùbá nation yìí tó jẹ́ bí Yorùbá sovereign nation tó jẹ́ bí final say ṣẹ̀gẹ́tì sìn ṣe ló dàbí ìjọba tí ò tí ì sí ń bẹ̀ ṣẹ̀gẹ́tì ṣùgbọ́n tó jẹ́ pé ó ti wà. Kí ni mo mean by that? Ṣẹ̀rí ṣílẹ̀ ká ti ní organization wa tó jẹ́ pé èmi ní ètò ààbò ní o ṣẹ̀gẹ́tì sìn. Wọ́n ti lágbára ní pé ṣẹ́rí gbogbo èmi ní Nigerian Army tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí yẹn wọ́n á ti kó àwọn ọmọ wa wọnú ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ò ní mọ̀ èmi àti yín ò ní mọ̀. Wọ́n á ti ná àwọn owó yẹn wọ́n á ti kó wọn wọnú ẹ̀ nígbà tí gbogbo òfurá. Èmi Nigerian police nǹkan kan yẹn wọ́n á ti kó àwọn ọmọ wa wọnú, wọ́n á ti wáyé, wọ́n á ti wọnú ẹ̀. Wọ́n ò ní wọnú ẹ̀ nìkan o. Wọ́n á ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ná owó tó máa tì wọ́n. Gbọ́ pé lè ti di assistant commissioner of police, lè ti di assistant superintendent of kìnìkan army, kìnìkan tí yẹn ní more reason why. Same thing pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Ṣé ní máa ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Ẹ̀ ń láti ní àwọn ìdí kí ló ti ń pè aláfẹ̀yìntì tó ní ṣe tó gbòógì lóòótọ́. Ṣé ní tẹ́ bá ti wá tira yín bọ́ gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn ni wípé ṣe rí jọ́kíjọ́ tí a bá sọ pé a ti fẹ́ ṣetán. Ó jẹ́ ìjọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn la sọ pé ó ti dópin lẹ́ni. Àwọn olóṣèlú tó jẹ́ PDP APC mà wọn ò ní gbóyin lẹ́nu tó rọ́mọrú ẹni tẹ́ jẹ́ as organization but coordinate ẹ̀ bó ṣe yẹ kó wà coordinate. Ìlànà orílẹ̀ ìlànà àti elder people bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ò ní strength yẹn wọn ò ní resources yẹn wọn ò dẹ̀ allow ara wọn láti build the resources yẹn. Wọ́n make ara wọn wà vulnerable. Òun ló fà á tí gbogbo àwọn charlatans tẹ́ rí lé nìyẹn tó jẹ́ àwọn olóde wa ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation tó wá dàbí joke yẹn mà.
Go wá dàbí joke. Ṣùgbọ́n tó wá ń dùn mí jù ni pé tó bá ní ká san $20, I always I pay double.
A lot of people knew.
Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó I pay double because good. If somebody can send that one graffiti, I have my evidence. Somebody can send it. Ṣùgbọ́n owó tí yàn jìyà fún tí yàn máa ṣiṣẹ́. Now, for the past 3 weeks now, I have to be at work for 12 hours. 12 hours. And you don't make time. I'm not telling you, mo lọ fún 8 hours because of the holiday. Àti bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kìíní a patient to get maybe by midnight they will bring the emergency come.
So like too busy.
Continue. I'm too busy. Ìgbà mi ti bá délé báyìí, ó máa rẹ̀ mí. Last baby mi gan, ọmọ mi tó second to the last born mi tó lọ sí school, mi tó wà university. Òun ló máa bá mi dress last baby mi tó máa lọ drop ẹ̀ sí school, tóun tó máa lọ sí school.
That's brilliant.
Torí ọkọ mi ṣiṣẹ́ far away.
Sherry.
So kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ? Lájẹ́ ìdòwò ni àwa gbowó yẹn ni àwa tẹ̀lé. Àwọn máa jà, wọ́n máa pín wọ́n àwa níbi kókó owó yẹn.
Ẹ̀ẹ́dì tó wó yẹn wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀tẹ̀dẹ̀ wà ní rántí nǹkan tó wó yẹn wà fún wọn. Ṣebí yẹn lẹ́yìn sọ́mà mo láwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti fi ẹjọ́ sùn mí tó jẹ́ pé on a personal level tí wọ́n gba owó iyebíye lọ́wọ́ wọn nígbà tó target wọn ṣòye yín sìn ó dẹ̀ wá ń dá wọn sìn ṣòye yín bọ́ ṣe rí àsìkò ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò tí ì tó ṣòye yín mà yẹn ni mo sọ yìí pé nígbà tí màá ṣe program yẹn Yorùbá ni màá fi ṣe everybody láti pè wọlé ṣé ló máa dàgbà tá fi kíní já ilé agbọ́n ṣe bí mo lẹ́yìn pè wọlé tẹ̀ ń sọ tí yìí ń sìn tó bá ní kọ́ dáwó tó ní kọ́ dá $20 40 lẹ́yìn máa send.
Ó ṣe ìtújú 40 lọ.
Double triple.
Ó ṣe ìtújú 40 lọ.
Now ẹ wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn imagine àwọn míì tó ń wò mí báyìí tọ́jọ́ ń gbọ́ èmi àti yín sìn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ń dá dùn wọ́n nígbà tó padà wá ń figure out later wípé àwọn kan nígbà tó kàn ń play àwọn ni meanwhile ẹ wò mà ẹja ní sùúrù the time yẹn Yorùbá ni máa ṣe láìpẹ́ yìí so máa yẹ káwọn èèyàn mọ nǹkan tó ń gbà àti pé that's why tó yẹ pé mo sọ pé gbogbo ìtawà náà tá a ti ń sọ pé a fẹ́ ṣe education la tàbá ti sọ pé a fẹ́ ṣe àtúnṣe sẹ́yìn ẹ mọ̀ tí mo ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ owó máa kò yẹ yín mo mọ bó ṣe ń rí o ara máa ń kọ́ mi ní ti bá ná àwọn owó kan tó yẹ pé mi ò lè explain o ṣó yẹ yín mà so tó bá jókòó sí ṣe lọ́dọ̀ tèmi ṣe gbọ́ mi mà ṣe lọ́dọ̀ tèmi tí àwọn èèyàn bá sọ pé ó yẹ ẹjẹ́ raise owó ó wá ti dé 200 á ti dé kinní kan yẹn tó yẹ pé ó ní $10 ó ní £20 ó ní €20 ó ní kinní kan ní 100 ní kinní kan yẹn lọ́dọ̀ tí $50 lẹ fún wa $100 lẹ fún wa bọ́ lọ́dọ̀ tèmi tí bá máa kojọ́ sí ó lè ti tó bí £3,000. kí wá lọ máa ṣe fàkìyà lórí ẹ̀ kí wá máa rí later kí wá máa notice later pé ṣebí Maiyegun sọ pé kíní kan àti ẹ̀ lè bèrè sí kọ́ má dìpọ̀ máa lọ sọ́ dìjà imagine lórí owó yín kẹ́ má lè bèrè àwọn èèyàn wà tẹ́ pé ó wá ń wonder èmi pé ṣáwọn èèyàn nìyẹn ní so much influence lórí yín tó yẹn ni kì í ṣe àwọn náà bí òun ṣe àwọn èèyàn tó ń wò wọ́n ó wá máa set record yẹn straight ma ó wà so important wọn lè derail lè course yẹn ṣe get ma because ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation dàbí ibi tí a fẹ́ gbin obì sí tí obì wá ṣẹlẹ̀ wù níbẹ̀ àìmọye ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo àgbáńlá ayé ni wọ́n fẹ́ the best fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó dàrú dé yìí nígbà tí a bá ṣoríire lájò a máa ń ronú bá ṣe fẹ́ lọ ṣe ilé iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá bá ṣe fẹ́ lọ kọ́lé ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n bó ń ṣe máa lọ kọ́ọ̀lù fáwọn èèyàn ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n bó ṣe fẹ́ lọ tún skul tó lọ ṣe ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n bó ṣe fẹ́ lọ kọ́lé iṣẹ́ kékeré tó máa gba àwọn èèyàn sí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn la máa ń rò pé tọ́lọ́run bá ti ṣe àtọ́mi bá tẹ̀ báyìí tómi bá dé ṣe understand sí which means pé a fẹ́ progress fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yes ma.
My daughter, my second daughter, is in medical school.
Right.
Ó ń fẹ́ ṣe àwọn tó ń ṣe surgery. She's graduating now from nursing doctor. Yes.
Wow.
Nígbà tó fẹ́ wọ medical school, mo wá ní ọmọ ọpẹ́ mi. Why do you want to go to medical school? Torí jókòó wo eré Yorùbá, ó wá rí pé ọgbẹ́ máa kọ lọ sí hospital nítorí pé kò sówó ọ̀dà máa yẹn lóhùn máa yẹn wá ó wá bí mi pé mọ́mì ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn làwọn èèyàn ṣe ń kú inú tètè gbọ́ bàbá rẹ̀ wá ń dá lóhùn gbà tòótọ́ ni o pé tó bá ti ní owó if they carry you to Nigeria, hospital in Nigeria, they will not answer you and they say, Mommy, I want to be a medical doctor. Or Mommy, we're medical doctor by the grace of God. So you got to my first year, second year, third year, look at the nigga pumping. I want solo. Only I'm not going to that country.
I'm not going there.
I'd rather go to I'd rather go to another country and go and work for them, go and help them than go to that country.
Ẹ sọ fún pé Yorùbá nation country tí ó máa padà ṣe serve. Ẹ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún. Because ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fà ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation kò lè parẹ́. Kò yé yín ni pé ibi tá fẹ́ gbòǹbì sí obìnrin ti wù ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ no anyway. Yẹn ni pé àwa ọmọ Yorùbá tí a ti kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo ibi tó ń kalẹ̀ wà lágbàńlá ayé yìí. Every time tí a bá look back tá bá rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ kò sẹ́ni tínú ẹ̀ ń dùn sí yàtọ̀ sáwọn oníjẹkújẹ o àwọn alájẹhọra o so yẹn kò sẹ́ni tínú ẹ̀ máa ń dùn sí ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí wípé tẹ́ bá wá béèrè ní oyè tẹ́ bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ tẹ́ bá kó ọmọ Yorùbá 10 jọ oyè yín sìn tó gbé ní Nàìjíríà o tó ń gbé labroad náà 10 yẹn mo lè guarantee yín wípé ká béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín pé èwo ni wọ́n fẹ́ kí Yorùbá dá dúró ní àbíkọ́ṣì wà lára Nàìjíríà mo lè guarantee yín pé just being generous o 6 nínú wọn ò ní rò lẹ́ẹ̀mejì tó máa fi sọ fún yín pé a fẹ́ dá dúró ni so ìyẹn ló wá jẹ́ kí a become target ó jẹ́ ká di target àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n padà wá ń gba owó lọ́wọ́ wa lórí orúkọ Yorùbá nation tó cause gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń rí yìí nìyẹn o so yín because everybody ready láti help. What do you want us to do? What can we do? How can we help? Okay, one on pa yon bi bye. Okay, kile fe ka ṣe. What do you want us to do? Where would you want us to help? Ebi npa àwọn èèyàn wa kini kan sha what would you like us to do? We are always willing, always ready, always want to. That position that made us a ready-made vulnerable people. But we are not stupid. So ye yin sin ni tó túmọ̀ sí pé the moment everybody ba notice pé the right thing is being done ma Yorubas á dìde yẹn ló sọ pé Yorùbá dìde la ṣe láti bá wọn tí wọ́n ní chance ń sìn àwọn tó ní chance tí wọ́n tó ti get attention gbogbo wa yìí kó tó di pé wọ́n máa blow ẹ̀ off finally ká sọ fún ọ pé torí pé àwa ń lo òyìnbó à ń support Yorùbá nation kò sọ wá di mugu kò sọ wá dọ̀dẹ̀ àdẹ̀ serve individuals nǹkan kan ló mú mo kó mo rò wá o. So if they can't do it right, àwa sọ èyí tó ń jẹ́ òótọ́ fáwọn èèyàn wa kó ní owó kó ní kálukú kó wẹ̀ sápò ẹ̀ gbọ́. That's my own point o. Oye yín mà. But ẹ kí n gbé another call. Ẹ kí n gbé another call.
Mo rí pé mo bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa bàbá mi.
Ẹ sọ pé ẹ ti ń tọ́ láti jọjọ́ yìí so mo sọ pé tẹ bá ti lè wọlé pẹ́ báyìí kí ni ẹ máa bí àwọn èèyàn ẹ máa gbọ́ máa bí àwọn èèyàn nù right.
Dáadáa ìyàwó mi dáadáa bá ń kíyè ọmọ mi ò pé ó kú iṣẹ́ náà tó dáa. God bless you.
Can you nice day, yeah? So sorry that took almost a while. I just thought I should take my time because when I'm speaking to somebody like that, I don't think I'm speaking to a lot of people, and I'm so sorry that I spoke Yoruba most of the time. Sorry, my caller, hang on for me. The reason why I had to keep speaking Yoruba is because there's something that is that is currently brewing, and to some people it is going to be the end of the whole campaign and the rest. But I'm going to tell you this: sometimes setting the record straight could possibly save the day. But saving it or not saving it, I can say this to you as well for free. The mind, the wish, and the aspiration of the young Yorubas and the old Yorubas, the genuine Yoruba sons and daughters, to see a Yoruba land that is autonomous or independent on its own. That is not something that boils from somebody saying we should do it. If you ask many of us, that's exactly what we want. A place that where the prosperity of the Yoruba people is completely restored. harnessed and used for the people. That's something that is not going to die because some unscrupulous people took advantage of people's wish. Do you get that now? So that's why I had to speak Yoruba to my lady there, and I'm going to have a program done on that, and it's going to be serious, a long one, very long one. Hello there.
Hello, my brother. Maiyegun, this is Adiola speaking.
This is Abiola.
Adiola.
Hey, why did I hear it as
Your
Abiola?
former last caller.
I know. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. How have you been? How's the family?
Baba, same old. I'm still here, right? Doing the same thing.
Baba.
Hopefully, it's going to yield the desired result someday that I won't have to waste this much energy anymore. Someday.
Yes, of course. This is the part whereby we have to build the bricks for the place we want to live in. Yes. The previous caller and yourself, you guys spoke extensively in Yoruba. Even me too, I was going to say something towards that side as well. To probably
feel comfortable. Listen, there are times. There are times whereby Adiola, there are times whereby it is better. What you want to say is better said in your language. Yoruba, but it's just that most of some of my own viewers here, right? They don't understand Yoruba, but they can read the comment for that moment, okay? You can mix them up at some point, not completely if you don't want to, okay? But yeah, fire on. Tell me what you feel that you want to say. Baba, just speak on,
because some days ago, I just went again to check the Constitution, 1963 Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I just went again to look at that document again, and I was just angry because I couldn't reconcile that and 1963 Constitution. I couldn't think how come people are not aware. If you look at that old Constitution, those regions are self-governing. That was what they were tagged, self-governing regions. They were self-governing, and I just knew that we are living in an alternate universe.
You get
there are some universes you will live in whereby everything is meant to be, whereby you have your own autonomy, you have your own sense of security, you have prosperity, there's upward mobility, everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
That universe exists, but we are living in an alternate universe. Nigeria's arrangement is better said in Yoruba. It's my point. Paroluje. Paroni now. Baba na paro now. Say your own glory, your own reality has been exchanged for a lesser one. That arrangement is a lesser one. Is a suboptimal one.
It's like change of destiny.
Change of destiny now. It's a change of it's a change of destiny. It's like they've shortchanged you. They've given you a lesser quality
of life
than what you deserve. So even if, for example, you want to stay in that union, you must not have a union that is devoid of a referendum.
Exactly. That should have even been what brought Nigeria together should have been a referendum in the first place. That the people agree, but there was nothing like that.
Baba, see, because you have melanin in your skin, does not mean we are monolith.
No.
It's my point. Because you get melanin, I get melanin. It does not mean we are monolith, whereby we will go the same direction.
No.
Because you get black in your skin, does not mean we are monolith, whereby Nigeria is indivisible, is insoluble.
Absolutely.
No, Baba, forget that rubbish. You forget that rubbish. That even the Scottish man that speaks a different intonation of the same English has access to referendum and has some form of autonomy over his own area.
Which is the ideal
thing. How much more people?
Animal can't give me human rights. I'm human.
Baba.
Animal can't tell me my rights. I know my rights. I'm a human being. How dare you come around and say you want to explain my rights to me? Human Rights Commission, National Human Rights, International. I mean, come on, man.
Oh,
I'm human.
you know what?
I am supposed to have this right. The right to this, right to that, and all of that. You can't take them away from me and start dictating and say, no, now that one is not your right. Where your right end, another person begin. Meanwhile, you won't even let me express or experience that my own right. In a way, express your right. Oh, yeah, it's your right. But you know that if that's your right, end there, another person start there, you just have no right being a Nigerian. And that's why people are asking, Talole describe in Nigeria. Who can actually define who is a Nigerian? Any Nigerian?
It's even an insult.
Up to now, nobody could.
It's even an insult to be called a Nigerian because it's a suboptimal name. It's suboptimal. It does not reflect us for who we are. You know, if UK of mix of Welsh, English, Scottish can become 60 or 65 million people, can have a country of their own. It's a mix of about Welsh and English and Scottish, and another island can have their own some form of 60 or 65 million people. I was saying majority in our own land. 60 million law. I think Brazil. I think Crude. Baba. Wale dawa.
Wale dawa without Nigeria. Although there's dawa.
For me, the same thing with Igbo now. The same thing with Igbo. Igbo not so 60 million in Nigeria last year. Are you telling me all that one? What are you see, Baba? See, that thing is pure evil. I was talking with some people, some of my friends, and I believe that before this thing becomes reality, we will be the outliers. Whereby we think differently.
What I'm looking for, you see, Adeola, there is something that our people need to know before an organization can be feared. When late the sage Chief Obafemi Awolowo, back in the 40s, Adeola, he was here in England. You know the story and the rest. So they started something, and they call it Egbe Omo Oduduwa. Now, Egbe Omo Oduduwa was started by students who came here to study. Their intention was to go back home and take over the government there and break themselves away from Nigeria. That was the intention. They didn't hide it. You know what they did? Before the selection of the people who started the Egbe Omo Yoruba, back then, that they selected to be part of that, they were Yoruba princes, children of billionaires, supposed rich Yorubas back then, traders, children of high chiefs, and who got their scholarship to come here. The best student in his own entire town or community or kingdom sent to come and study Yoruba. So they were like, people were like, one way or the other, they saw Yoruba land as a country already. They only needed to bring all of the component parts together, agree under one leadership and become a country. You know what that did? When they got back to Nigeria, they didn't find it difficult to convince the home-based Yorubas, who somehow sort of respect them for returning back as graduate and other from abroad. So leadership was easily bestowed to them, like, oh, you have it. We'll lead you. Whatever you say is right, we'll do it. And like magic, they took over the commerce, they took over the economy, they took over the system. Gradually, they phased out the people who have always been comfortable with the colonial arrangements. They are not interested in independence. They were Yorubas too. Very prominent, very powerful. Kings, chiefs, the rest of them. But when Awolowo and the rest returned back home, they returned back home resourcefully. So now when I looked into our own 2022, this day, self-determination, I realized that it is either the progenitors, the campaigners, they didn't do their own work well, or they probably never envisaged that it was going to be accepted by majority of us like this, and they had no real plan. So what we need to do now is to let them know that to have an organization that says you want to take a country out of a place like that, you must have what it takes. And that starts from having the ability to infiltrate, control, correct, and then take over in a way that has never been seen before. You must have that resources. We don't currently have that. I must confess, Adeola, except if I'm wrong.
Maiye, I agree with you, but not 100% on that last point you mentioned in terms of the architecture and the facility that we need to be able to actualize our independence eventually.
Please educate me more. Yeah, please.
Yeah, we will have that infrastructure you mentioned. We will have that infrastructure that you mentioned. It might take a bit of time, but if we're to take a static of what is on ground now, Baba, Yoruba people, especially our leaders, a lot of them are experts in scape capturing. So even if you want to do that architecture, see, there's a concept that I believe in, that for you to have that architecture you're talking about, we have to remove some people that would take capture us. So even
that means you didn't listen, you didn't pay attention, Adeola. I said, look at us today. This is 2022, Adeola. When they say that Nigerians are remitting over $36 billion back to Nigeria, there was nothing like that back in the 40s. You know that? Rather,
of course,
they were like using our resources to even help them in these countries back then. Sure, you get?
Yeah.
But what Awolowo and co had back then, that those who are back home didn't really have that much, was that the exposure and the education.
Yes.
And they used the advantage. This is 2022. Education only is not enough. There are many people who are well educated back home. Okay?
Yeah.
But when it comes to money, economic power, some of us right here in the diaspora, we have that economic power. How do you get them on board? Or why are those kind not interested in the Yoruba nation and whatever? Or are they interested but not really attracted? Now, this is what I call the homework. That when I was reading about how Awolowo and the rest came by Egbe Yoruba, the intention.
Exactly.
I have never stopped thinking like, maybe we didn't do our homework well, because we have what it takes abroad here now. This is not us going back.
Of course
now. We have all it takes here. That when we get back, when we get back
grassroots education.
You know what I mean? Like when we get back,
we have to educate.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
So we have to, grassroots here as well too. Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
There has to be grassroots education here. So just like before I mentioned, I was a group of friends of mine, and I was telling them about that constitution. They were arguing with me. They were just saying I was saying rubbish. And a lawyer just walked in, and he said to them, "Listen to this guy talking. He knows what he's talking about, and he's speaking facts."
Now,
and they were
talking about resources earlier, okay, hang on. You just mentioned something about the constitution now, okay? There was a time. People have brain, they have a lot they want to do, even in Ilano, and even some other organizations talking about Yoruba Nation. If you sat them down, if you're asking, they know, they have ideas of what they want to do, but they don't have the resources to do them, okay? Which means that most of the time, they don't have the capacity of what they wish that they could. But for 1 second there, for 1 second, imagine that the Yoruba Nation advocacy group is so powerful that you can boast of over 30, I'm just using this in Nigeria context now, okay? Over 30 senior lawyers, senior advocate of Nigeria in Nigeria who are members. About 16 judges from Federal High Court to their appeal court to their whatever court, they are members. Wait. And then suddenly, with the might and the resources that we have, you now put together team of lawyers who are going to trash their trashy constitution, right? Make all their court the drama of the Yoruba Nation campaigners. Their lawyers are they are brutal. When they are coming to court, everybody see them. Like you become something like a spectacle. People that they don't want to have anything to do with. When you create that kind of thing, because you have the resources, It's not just money now. You have them. You can deploy them anytime you want.
You have human capital.
They look around. They say, for example, they say, oh, all these Yoruba nation people, they are in the army, they are in the police, they are in the DSS, they are in this or that. Like they say, Fulani is here, Fulani is there, and the rest, right? Let's say you have all those resources as an organization, and you've deployed them, and you have created that fear already. It won't take them time to either say, you know what, let's give them referendum and see if you can defeat them through that. Because if they say, because one day you can trash that constitution and say that Nigeria constitution again is no longer constitutional. Nigeria must write a new constitution, then pave the way for everybody to now state their mind before any new constitution can be put in place. But now mouth we they use, now wish we they use until we have that resources. I mean, just imagine that for a minute.
Human capital.
Sure, you get you can deploy anytime, locally, internationally. When they see them, they say, now those Yoruba people they come. Oh, damn it.
We have so many surrogates everywhere. We have surrogates everywhere.
Somebody in the army says, Omo, I know if you carry that order out. May one my colleague who is a Yoruba nation supporter, may you know go shoot me and kill me for forest for going to Yoruba land to commit crime of killing the Yoruba people because they want, that kind of thing. Create that fear that they don't even know who is who until they are like, waiting. Like say, everybody just go in separate. But we are going to get there. That I'm saying this publicly right now doesn't mean that there is no plan already in place, ongoing. We just want the people to own it. There's nothing wrong in saying I want my own country peacefully. We are not threatening anybody. We're not asking for any war from anywhere. But listen to me, there's nothing wrong in you saying I want my own country. But you must mean it by making sure that you build the resources that will give you that. And that's what we're going to be doing from now on. We have it. Just bringing them together, harnessing them, and using them for that grassroots you just mentioned as well. But I just told you, it's not just about money. It's just about organization that could use people, use our own resources to our own advantage. Imagine that for a minute. 16 judges, Yorubas, pro-Yoruba judges. Think about that.
16 judges, that
in their system, their system is corrupt. We agree. We agree their system is corrupt. But just imagine that within that system, you have Yorubas are there now, Yoruba judges are there now, but they don't care about Yoruba. What concern them? You have Yorubas in the army, you have Yorubas in the police. They will tell you, all of you should do something. We are going to fight for Yoruba nation, but they are lying.
They will compromise.
You know what I mean? But imagine that in their army of 200,000 soldiers, let's say you have 40,000 of them who are Yorubas. And out of that 40,000, 20,000 of them are pro-Yorubas. People that you can say, Ebere, that they know, but they can't identify that. They don't know them, but they know they exist. Imagine that kind of influence. It's more than money, don't you think?
Of course. Definitely. Because human capital is huge in terms of building your way out of that country. Human capital is huge. But we have people that have been compromised, people that, just like I said before, lesser thing for their huge glory.
By telling the truth. And those who knows that somehow, maybe they didn't believe that this is serious. Now that they know that it is serious, a lot of people actually want to see this happen. And they are ready to give it whatever it takes. You can't play on their
division.
You can't play on their emotion.
The division would keep on getting wider.
Yes.
If by default, next year's election, they somehow do something about it and patch it up, the division would get worse.
It's just a matter
because
of time.
We have reached a point of no return. At the cross bridge, that bridge will be say connect us at the
now.
We are beyond that because it is glaring that we don't have anything in common. Even for me, my last hope was that in terms of being an economist, so the last hope that I was thinking maybe we can use to communicate the naira, whereby we keep the same currency. But now, I don't even want to keep the same currency anymore because the same currency means you can keep on trading without barriers.
And now you keep
and
sharing in the home now.
So we can, yeah, sir.
Make her take another person's call as well, okay, Baba?
Baba, no,
it's a pleasure. Sure, you get me now. We know,
Baba, enjoy
we should be beyond wishing now, but here we are.
Yes,
we have so much. We have so much.
We have even
sorry.
the lawyers you mentioned. Just having manpower of seasoned lawyers that can, because that constitution has
Yoruba,
so much.
imagine Yoruba lawyer saying, "I'm not going to go to court tomorrow if you don't pay me," because he doesn't believe in what you are doing.
Exactly.
He doesn't believe in it. He may tell you I'm a Yoruba. I believe it's a lie.
See, Baba,
why should they pay you?
You just have to do it
thing for Yoruba. It's because they don't
because you see the vision already. You believe, see, for you to go to court without being paid, it's because you see the vision already. And you know that you'll be much more prosperous under your own personal arrangement as your own country.
We must change that.
Because, but Maya, I'll leave you with this. I was trying to educate all my friends. And they said to no, Adiola, we are so wired together. I don't think it's impossible for us to leave the arrangement. And now said to them that, so in essence, you are saying that we are subhuman. We are subhuman. That we cannot think our way through our problems. That means you mean that we are all subhuman. We are subhuman. We can't figure it out. Because you are intertwined with some people. You cannot look for a way, creative way, without violence to end that relationship. Baba, may I leave you? When I said that, they could not talk. When I said, are we subhuman?
What would you want them to say?
That means you can't think your way through now. That means you are saying that we are lesser humans then. We are lesser humans. Baba, not be that. They all kept quiet. They were mute. Baba, God bless you, Diary. God bless you.
Adiola, thank you very much for stopping by. Okay, appreciate that. Now that's Adiola, and that's quite a convo. So I am going to take maybe one more call, and we can call it a night. Give me one. Okay, yeah. Hello there. Hello, sir.
Hello, Ekale.
Ekale, báwo ni?
Fine. How is everything?
Adúpẹ́ o, Joko pẹ̀lú.
Now, I just want to say one of the things, right?
All right.
First of all, Wales won the World Cup. England won World Cup.
That's right.
Can I tell you, she politics no ni.
I mean, báwo la ṣe lè explain ẹ̀ fáwọn tí lé pé Yoruba nation could be in the World Cup. Kí Nigeria wà ńbẹ̀, kí Biafra wà ńbẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Nigeria is a real place ni.
Mo sì jà ńbẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ mí báyìí pé Guinea and West máa ń pera wọn. England and West máa ń pera wọn.
Yes.
Àbí? One nation then wọ́n dẹ̀ lọ sí World Cup, two nation ló bá lọ. Who is fooling who here? Hello?
I'm with you, sir.
So, ẹ rí i pé ẹni tó gọ̀ ní tiẹ̀ pé.
Ẹni tó gọ̀.
Yorùbá máa ń sọ, ìjọba náà máa ń sọ náà, ẹni tó bá gọ̀ ní tiẹ̀ pé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Recently, kí lorúkọ woman àti Scottish náà sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe kọ́ tó ṣe referendum wọ́n ní wọ́n gbà fún but wọ́n yìn sọ. Kò lè ṣe jà.
Supreme Court all rule ní bóyá bíi 4 days or 5 days ago wípé a ò lè ṣe referendum except tí Westminster lókè lọ́hùn ní London tó bá fún alápùpà. Wọ́n ní ká má ṣe o, Supreme Court ò ní ká má ṣe o. Ó ní àwọn tí Westminster sọ pé a ti ṣe ẹyọ kan. To decide. Nicola dẹ̀ ràn wọ́n létí pé èmi mo wà ní ọ́fíìsì tí mo wà nítorí pé mo promise àwọn ará Scotland pé a máa gba independence fún wọn.
Àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé a máa gba independence bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
So bóyá ẹ fẹ́ o bóyá ẹ kọ̀ o a máa ṣe another referendum.
A máa gbà.
Ṣẹ́gẹ́ tí ń sìn ọwọ́ àwòkọ́ òkè bọ́ọ̀ ìlọ kóòtù ni àwọn ìfìdọ̀rọ̀ Supreme Court o. Supreme Court wá sọ pé lófin o kó tó fi sọ ni pé kó tó di pé ẹ máa lọ ṣe o. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ jàdù ní Westminster ní London. Tẹ́ bá ti gba approval ní kẹsẹ̀ lọ ṣe kó tó fi sọ nìyẹn o. So we need to tell us pé Aluta continue and you fight continue ni o, but to ba try short e fun ani Christian Naija ni. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré àdín kankan ma. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré àdín kankan sà. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn lawyers tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú. Ṣé rí party tí Nicola wà, SNP lórúkọ wọn, Scottish National Party. Bí Nàìjíríà ṣe wà yẹn, ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó bá pé ìlú gidi ni o. Ṣẹlẹ̀ kẹ́ a ní Yoruba National Party. Ṣé rí nínú SNP yẹn, Scottish National Party yẹn sà, gbogbo àwọn lawyer àwọn pátápátá. Wọ́n ní lawyer fún everything. Ṣé gbọ́? Wọ́n ní lawyer fún everything.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn ọ̀sán tó ní wọ́n ṣọmọ bòmí wọ́n ṣọmọ wà láti anywhere o. So don't mọ̀ pé SNP yẹn o fún independence Scotland lọ wà fún 100% independence lọ wà fún. Wọ́n wá commit of ṣe ju independence. So wọ́n tó bá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn, wọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe máa gba independence ni. So tí Yorùbá bá ní irú ẹ̀, ṣe rò pé yàtọ̀ ń jẹ wá yẹn jẹ wá ṣá.
Àti wà ní bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Wọ́n lówó wọn lọ́tọ̀, everybody have his own pound.
Alówó ti wá ń bí o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, ní pound sterling ti wá o. Scottish pounds là ń pè.
Ẹ̀yin dẹ̀kẹ̀dẹ̀ wa, I mean, I don't just know. Àdẹ̀kú yàjẹ̀ra wa báyìí. Ṣùtẹ̀rí àwọn tàwa súnmọ̀ tí ọmọ Fúlàní tàwa súnmọ̀ tí wọ́n bá wa yìí. Àwọn yìí láti fẹ́ finish everybody. They don't want to know what is you. Wọ́n fẹ́ finish everybody. Wọ́n believe pé what are you talking about? Níbo, níbà, àwọn alánilẹ̀ yìí. That's what they are saying now. And wọ́n dẹ̀ ń sọ dẹ̀ ń kíkan ni. They are ready to make it work. If you do it, you're going nowhere. Ìjà ẹ̀ máa le dé o.
Kò ṣe tó máa là wá. Mọ̀ nǹkan. Ọtí mi sọ fáwọn èèyàn ní pé ṣẹ̀rí nǹkan táwọn ipò yìí ń ṣe. What they are doing. Òun ló máa explode in Nigeria. Ṣé bó ìtawà ń ṣe yìí? A lè máa sound like pé Maiyegun, you are so intelligent, you are so this and that. Thank you. But you know something, àwọn ará bí yìí ṣe predict ju anything lọ. Tí ebi bá dé tán. Tí náírà yẹn wọná. Tí gbogbo ẹ̀ dojú dé. Ṣé láwọn tó ń sọ pé sòsè go on sọ̀hún, àwọn ọlọ́mọ padà wá yọ pọ́npọ́ yọ àdá pé ibi tẹ́ bá ti rí wọn o, ibi tẹ́ bá ti rí wọn, ìdáná sún wọn ni. Because people don't know Nigeria ti ń lọ sí towards that. Bankrupt.
Really? Fully bankrupt. And can you imagine? Wọ́n gbé kú. Orúkọ kò dẹ̀ wọlé. Who does that? How do you live on that? Really?
Owó epo dry up. Fọdún méje láti 2014.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń tà.
Wọ́n ti print over 21 trillion naira cash. Nígbà tó owó epo tà, tó owó epo gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó bá wọn tà.
But how come? How do you arrive at that?
Mo ṣe tán nìyẹn mọ kán ní. Ó dà pé bí mo ṣe wà yìí sí. Mọ bí wà yìí sí. Ṣé mọ̀ pé tí ẹ jẹ́ ṣe example yìí fún yín. Mọ̀ gbà tá à ń raise owó lórí platform yìí. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ó easy láti monitor iye tá ti raise. Ọmọ ti wọ 10,000, ọmọ ti wọ 15,000, ó ti wọ kíní kan 1,000, ó yẹ yín. Now, ìtẹ̀yìn rí nìyẹn àbí? Ká wá sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni epo yẹn ṣe rí pé epo báyìí là ń pọ́ǹpù ń sìn, oyè báyìí lọ́ ti ta oyè yín sìn, but ṣàpọ̀dọ̀ tèmi lówó yẹn máa wá. Èmi ni màá sọ fún yín pé 10,000 tẹ́ rí yẹn o, wọ́n ti yọ tax 1,000 oyè báyìí nú ẹ̀ o. Ṣé oyè yín sìn? Ṣé pé on trust believe me pé tí Maiyegun bá sọ pé wọ́n yọ tax ń bẹ̀, ọ̀yọ́ náà nìyẹn. So ẹ wá imagine kó yẹ pé kí Maiyegun dé kó sọ pé ẹ wo tax sọyọ lórí 10,000 yẹn 50% ni o. Ó tiẹ̀ mú fura dání. Ṣé pé oyè tí bá sọ pé wọ́n yọ náà ni. Torí èmi ni mò ń rí inú ni mò ń rí ta. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ epo Nàìjíríà ṣe rí. Central Bank Nigeria ẹ máa gbọ́ NNPC àwọn máa ń supervise àwọn oil company yẹn. Ṣé dáwọn oil company tó ń wọ epo Nàìjíríà àwọn tó ń wọ epo Nàìjíríà ẹ máa gbọ́ àwọn tó ń wọ epo Nàìjíríà yẹn tó bá ti wà tán àwọn Shell nǹkan kan yẹn wọ́n máa bóyá ń ta barrel ní $100 per barrel ó yẹ yín táwọn bá ti wà epo yẹn tán wọ́n á mú cost of production èló ló cost àwọn láti produce barrel kan epo yẹn tó bá yẹ kó yá pé 20 naira or 30 naira ló cost barrel kan bá tó bá break it down nínú $100 per barrel yẹn àwọn máa yọ $30 àwọn kúrò ní ó kù 70 ṣe ń gbọ́ ṣe wá rí àwọn míì náà tó wà involved nínú production and everything àwọn yẹn náà lè tún yọ títí wọn kó sọ pé àwọn náà fẹ́ yọ $10 ó yẹ yín sìn ṣe pé ó ti kù $60 nìyẹn Now, $60 yẹn ni wọ́n máa kó fún Nigeria's royalty. Lójú gbogbo ayé ọ̀tá bá epo. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ti yọ tí wọ́n ń bẹ̀. So wọ́n wá sọ pé $60 ló kù. Na ibi tí jìbìtì wá wà lélẹ́yìí. Nàìjíríà wọn ò ní instrument tó fi ń wọ epo. Àwọn kọ́ lọ ní. Nàìjíríà wọn pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ń ka oye epo tó wà. So àwọn ilé elépo yẹn, àwọn tó ní oil rig yẹn, àwọn Haúsá, àwọn olóṣèlú, àwọn ló ní oil rig license yẹn tó fún àwọn shell yẹn tó ń lò. So ṣe àwọn yẹn náà máa yọ tí wọ́n nú gbogbo owó yẹn o. Ẹ wá máa gbọ́ o. Àwọn ló máa sọ pé epo wa rig wa tó wà ní Warri tí ó yẹ kó máa fún wa ní 300,000 barrels a day. Kò fún wa 300,000 mọ́jàre 20,000 péré ló ń fún wa. Ṣé pé oye tí bá sọ pé ó ń fún wa yẹn lẹ́yìn máa lọ kọ sílẹ̀. Ẹ máa expect owó lórí ẹ̀. Ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà dé nìyẹn. Gbogbo epo wọn ò sí lọ́wọ́ wọn. So àwọn tó wà in control ló máa ń sọ fún wọn pé okay, gbogbo epo tá wà lóṣù yìí is 1 million barrel. 1 million barrel yẹn ni Nàìjíríà máa expect owó lórí ẹ̀. Ṣó yẹ yín sìn kó sọ wọn tiẹ̀ láì dí àwọn epo tó ń wà. Irú ìlú wo nìyẹn ìlú burúkú?
Wọ́n náà dé ìtọ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Mo sì wà láwọn ẹ̀dẹ̀ ni kó máa pín. Àwọn gan ti pín already. Wọ́n ti pín already now. Wọ́n ní kó máa tún ti pín already.
It's a matter of time. God bless you, sir.
Maiyegun, I said one thing to me. I know you must have seen it. If nothing to call you, so le go stairs.
Èwo ni ẹjẹ́ tó gbé sókè.
Tó gbé sókè.
Èyí kò kí n gbàgbé nǹkan. Kọlu no fit work again. No, I mean, London láìpẹ́. It's coming to London this weekend on the 4th of December ahead. Hopefully.
Kò ṣe ní wá ewu sì kéwì ìwọ̀n gbogbo di máa àwọn Yorùbá yìí kọ́ lọ ṣàánú wa ni àwọn pípò tó ń tẹ̀lé yìí wọ́n bá sọ wọ́n sí gọ́lọ́ ni they can't get anything from this thing kò tó fẹ́ jẹ́rẹ́ làwọn náà but they can't get anything from this thing. Ilé yìí o ilé kọ́ máa sọ wọ́n sí kò tẹ̀ sí wàhálà náà pàtó everybody tó bá tún gbẹ bá dà everybody aṣọ gbà ẹ̀.
Ọ̀run yabọ̀ ni.
Everybody aṣọ gbà ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni kò sí wàhálà bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
God bless you, sir. Can you nice evening, eh?
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I have one more caller on the line. Hello there.
Oh,
Dadani, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Sorry.
I know. How are you, sir?
Okay. Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
I want you to think about something. When you started this MaiyegunDiary Politico,
yes, sir.
Can you tell me when you started that you saw that it will be as it is today?
Not as it is today, but I will tell you this in all honesty, right? I once told myself, and I told someone who was closer to me as well, I said, my intention is to have a platform whereby I will have a chance of questioning the untouchable Nigeria politician. You know, I won't have money, but I will have that name whereby I will just be able to waylay them and all of that stuff. But yeah, maybe not as much as this. I don't know how big it is, but I just never really saw it this way back then. Yeah. I really
okay.
Wish.
Second thing, when you started, who started with you?
Well, just me.
I mean, the initiator, just you.
It's just Maiyegun.
Maiyegun.
And it all started from me getting so angry after I got to the UK. And I saw things around. And I was like, Omo, all this is this is not magic. So, is this the abroad they are talking about? There's nothing special here now. Why can't we have all this? When I started getting into the system, and I became more angrier and angrier and angrier. And that is what motivated me into starting MaiyegundsDiary Politico. So yeah, it's still pretty much as the same.
Third thing.
Just me.
Okay. Third thing.
Yes, sir.
Third thing, Maiyegun. What has been attracting people to you?
I wouldn't know, but people have told me because I am very sincere. They believe I am honest. And to the point that some believe that I seems to be courageous. They love the way I speak and finally, some told me that it is my consistency, that they believe that I will never change. I wouldn't know what attracts people to me until they say.
Okay. Let me now ask the final question before I seal this.
Right.
Now, Maiyegun, in your heart of heart,
yes, sir.
What do you desire for your people? Having seen Nigeria, and then you have gone outside Nigeria, you have been to the UK. What is in your heart of heart?
Well, I want to see an independent Yoruba nation to start with. And that's one of the reasons why, if you remember very well as well, I had to encourage people to even like come together, form a political party, and challenge the system that has kept them perpetually stagnant. That's how much I want Yorubas to be on our own, as much as it's going to take. So yes, I desire to see a free, independent Yoruba, if not totally independent, but at least something more than what we signed up for in 1954, 57, and 1960. So which is an autonomous Yoruba region where we can actually develop, grow according to our own pace. So I've always said that Yoruba first before anything else. And that is my desire. And I hope it come to pass in my lifetime. I really do hope.
So, Maiyegun,
sir,
let me tell you this thing. Someone like me, there is one thing I have realized that I'm looking for in life. I want to live for humanity. And that is the singular reason why I am attached to you. I listened to you the first day, and I've not stopped listening to you. Let me tell you this today. There are some words you use for this politician. Someone like me, I can't use it. I don't like it. But you know, I overlooked it because of your vision, because of your mission, because of your passion. Maiyegun, youth, young people like us spoiled Nigeria. And it is young people like us that will rescue nations in Nigeria. I kept telling people, Obasanjo, Awolowo, Akintola, Agrikwe, they were all young people like us. Some of them were even younger than you. Gowan was younger than us.
Exactly. Awolowo was the oldest, and he was just about 34 when he finally got into government. I remember. It was 34.
They were young people. So, Nigeria, young people, Nigeria, but once they stayed here to spoil Nigeria from their young age, till some of them have died and they have handed over Nigeria to another generation. Maiyegun, I have a last question I want you to say. Do you know that we can push a Yoruba movement as if there is no other movement to push it? And you can be the one to champion it.
See, I have known you as someone who has a very, very brilliant way with words. You are very, very clever, sir. I mean, very clever. I know you for that. And I've always known you as somebody who is also very, very passionate about, the freedom of the Yorubas from all these complaints and all that. And I also acknowledge your personal respect for me. But there's something I have learned.
So, Maiyegun,
I would say, sir, there's something I have learned. And it has to do with the people. Sir, I have operated with people in the past a lot at very high level like that. And what I learned from there is that there are only few people you can trust. And when I say trust, I'm not even talking about people around you. I'm talking about the people that actually want you to front. Now, what do I mean by that? It's a very simple one. Sure you get. When we say we must see that we in action, not just in saying, which simply means that I personally know what it takes to lead a movement as what I kind of envisioned, right? But at the same time, I have figured out that it is kind of like his mind is willing, but our people's spirits usually are not mostly encouraging. This is not me trying to play down our own different, kind of a passion towards this. But when the passion comes to working, because I believe that getting all of this done requires so much work. I'm talking about work and commitment. The ones that people are not going to have to say mostly thank you to you. They may not even see you, what you are doing. Sure you get. But Baba,
I'm with you.
I don't see myself leading one.
Do you know why I said it?
Okay.
Do you know why I said it? In your small kitchen, you started a movement.
I did.
And you see where it is today.
I know.
Are you with me? You started 100%. With a mindset that I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
And I did.
You made up your mind. Like, for instance, now, your person can attract a huge amount of money, but you don't solicit for funds. It is your vision, your mission that is driving the whole thing. Are you with me, Maiyegun?
I am following you. Hello?
Let me tell you the truth today. After listening to you on Yoruba Nation, I see no order. Let me tell you, Taiwo talking today, I see no order. Because I have seen that with this this young man has done, and the people we can take along, we can get this thing. Maiyegun, taba wo bi ta n lo, taba wo project yẹn bó ṣe tóbi, ó máa kà wá láyà àní débi kankan. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Hello?
I'm still with you.
So that is why I just felt felt the reason that can we push a Yoruba movement on our don't let us care where we are going, but let's just keep going. Can we take up the affair? We want to get our nation called Yoruba Nation. And with the privilege God has given you, and we act as if there is not that we are against any other movement, not that we will not support any other movement, not that we will not align with any other movement, but jẹ́ ká rìnrìn àjò yìí bí ẹni pé kò sẹ́lòmíì tó máa gba Yorùbá yìí fún Yorùbá nation yìí fún wa. Do you get me?
Yes.
Hello?
I am with you.
Do you get me, sir? Because if you do that, if we do that, see, one thing I've realized is once you are consistent and principled, your like mind will come along with you. They may not know your name, they may see you for the first time. Your like mind, people who have your vision. Let me tell you today, the resources are there in Yoruba land today, but people have not got the structure, people have not got the leadership. That is the issue. And I'm telling you, we can.
I know.
Yes, we can give them. It's not. We may not know how we will get everybody all over the world. Maiyegun. Hello.
Satib, I'm with you.
Can we pursue our own and you don't care about Majolomo Wenye? Because out of the Majolomo Wenye. Okay, I'm with you.
I will explain something to you. Just a quick one, sir, yeah?
Okay.
The Majolomo Wenye Timo mention ye, I am Maiyegun, and I can put people together who can actually shake things. And if you want to ask me that, Maiyegun, what would be your first thing if you have an opportunity of leading the Yoruba self-determination struggle? I'm just saying now, like, what would be your first? Because that should be the first question. Maiyegun, what would be your priority?
Yes.
To start with. My priority would be security. And if you ask me, what are you going to do? I'll tell you that if I call on the Yorubas, Tosape Maiyegun, try it, I would want them to respond in so good kind, where resources can be channeled into areas surveillance, which we know we can use all manner of equipment, reaching out to the people who are already there in those communities, and let any support they deserve or that is due them get to them directly. Now, for somebody like me, I can say I can cover the entire Yoruba land within a month. But that is saying that work can be done. but do you have the capacity to cover Yoruba land within a month? Where is the resources? You can say things.
Yes.
But me were comfortable with saying things that doesn't come to pass. And I'm not going to be
that is why
part of something that will be like, see, we don't see anything. No. See this one now, I am somebody who love to say, when I say, I remember, but I'm Dawo, assistance for what you want persecute in lane time. Yeah. When I come on and I say, we are doing this tomorrow, we are doing this today. Do you see the difference? Do you see that when I say things, they happen? Because I have the resources to make them happen. That's the kind of person I am.
Yes.
Not somebody who they will say, Maiyegun, you are our leader. Maiyegun, we trust you. Only for me to now say, hey, we want to do something, and then you are like struggling with $1,000, £2,000, 1,000, and all of that. Then you get to a stage whereby you have to say, hey, John, now, and all that. I've seen a lot. And I don't think I'm going to be the ideal candidate. Is obvious, loud. Except I'm a fair address and it's a tea.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
I understand what you are saying, but my own view is this. What do we have at the moment? How can we maximize what we have at the moment? Do you know something is possible? Let's assume yourself, myself, somebody like Princess, somebody like Larry, let's say we are 10. If we are 10, we know ourselves. Do you know we can move things? We may not move things for the whole world to know.
Yeah, we believe
but we can move things. We can move things based on the price.
Sati, from experience, right? I've had people, I've had us here. We have done wonderful things on this platform. No joke.
Yes.
Okay. We have come together to put our resources together and do something, and we did them. But you see, when it comes to self-determination movement, you don't come together and do it. You have to continue to do it. Do you understand that? Like, there's no, let us, okay, we are having a Zoom meeting tomorrow. No Zoom meeting. There's no Zoom meeting. Do you understand? Like, people are already committed in their mind. It's like, this is what I have to do. If I die before this thing happens, right? My children must know it as an obligation. They must do it until Yoruba nation comes. So, do you know that that's a different thing? So, from my own experience, right? We could intervene, we could join and do things, right? But the real self-determination means commitment that is unequal, unparalleled. Can people give us that? I'm not saying we can't. Some of us can hear, but would it be enough? How enough is enough?
But I'm a berembi kani, and we have to start somewhere. That's why I have just one goal tonight that I want to stress is let's initiate a movement as if there is no other movement. And we start in the small way we know we can start using the resources that is available for now.
Well, I still have about I still have about 1.4 million naira from our last money. Because I told you, I'm just somebody who is not comfortable spending our money. So yeah, talking about resources,
Maiyegun,
that could be.
I am not even.
Sure, you get.
Yes, Maiyegun, I'm not even just focusing money. I know we will need money, but first thing is our action, information dissemination, because people are waiting at home, waiting to be liberated, but they need people that will give them the message of liberation. And that is what I desire us. Let's have a mindset tonight. I am having it, and I want to be you are having it. Let's take up a movement tonight that we want our Yoruba nation, and let's act as if there is no other movement anywhere. We may not cover the whole of Yoruba land, but we start in a small way, and we are doing something every day.
Okay. I will work on
you get me, sir?
Yeah, I get you, sir.
That is it. Because so we will not get anywhere.
Yeah, if I can come up with a roadmap. Do you get that now? I can come up with a roadmap that is going to be open for review for everybody. Okay, I can come up with a roadmap on what I think can bring us together. How? From Ileto to Ileto, from town to town, from age grade to age grade, age group to age group, and so many other ways that we can segment compartmental the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I can come up with a roadmap. If I am given that as a task, it's just that I didn't prepare for this now, but it has always been what I've been like. It's always in my mind, right? I can come out or come up with a roadmap to Yoruba nation, where everybody can begin to see which role can I play, where do I think I can belong, and the rest of that. Now we can review that, we can commission that, and we can launch that because we already have the Yoruba Union, our own. Sure, you get. So we already have that. I can come up with a roadmap, and then we can follow it through. Due to your proposal, sir.
Even Maiyegun, with that roadmap, when you get it, send it to few people. You may send it also to me. We can review it. Perfect. Let's start in a small way. Go consistent with it. With the whole world may not know us, but we know that every day I
okay.
Are you with me, sir?
I am 100% with you.
So that is what we need to do. Let me decide the way. I don't want to. If he'll align my way, fine. If other people align my way, but I want to start a move from tonight. I don't know how long it will take me, but action every day. Because it means I don't need money. I'm ready to spend my life and my money. I want my nation. I don't know how soon or how far. But everyday consistency, this is how we do. How do we educate our people? Do you know that there is something we can even start with? There is a way we can communicate that I want to want to Yoruba, because any information from how can we work out that? Because that is the first thing I would love us to do. What can we do to make sure that I want to on the internet, Yoruba, if we work on that, that would be a very good thing for us.
Mo sọ nǹkan kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan mo ní pé tó bá yẹ pé ó yẹ kó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ for some people tó bá àwọn kò yẹ kó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ but kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó yẹ bí tí a ti ní ẹgbẹ́ tó really gbòógì gan ni a ti rí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní èmi ní police ni o àti the rest of those tí mo mention lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn. But ṣẹ́yìn lè believe pé tá bá yọ internet kúrò lọ́jọ́ tèmi kò sí any media platform kankan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation. Can you believe that? Radio ni o, television ni o, newspaper ni o, kò sí anyone. Ṣé lè believe it?
I believe you now because me ò jìnnà sílé mo monitor lé.
100% because some sọ fún ni pé wọn gbà wọn jẹ́ káwọn ó yẹ yín sìn. Meanwhile, tí wọn bá gbà pé kí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation lórí àwọn radios wọn lórí televisions wọn ó ti yé yín ẹgbẹ́ tó jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá by now á ti ní rédíò títí wọn ó ti yé yín sìn independent satellite radio títí wọn tó máa communicate àwọn messages yìí àwọn èèyàn máa lè tune in lórí kí ló ti ń pè wọn lórí rédíò wọn ni o even àwọn tó ní phone tó fi ń gbọ́ rédíò wọn á lè tune in. Àwọn messages tó jọmọ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá igbá wo wọn á lè máa dọ́dọ̀ wọn nígbà táwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe tí wọn oyè yìí sìn wọ́n ní radio station tí wọ́n tó fi ń communicate messages wọn to the people ni wọ́n ní print media títí wọn tó ń publish nǹkan tó ń lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń pín fáwọn èèyàn ṣe understand sìn but tá bá yọ social media kúrò lẹ́ni sìn ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó allow láti sọ within the household get in sìn that's why I say pé when táwọn èèyàn wá bá jáde tó ń ṣe rally tó ń ṣe gbá àwọn fẹ́ ṣe mega rally àfẹ́ ṣe gbẹ́ fẹ́ ṣàwò they are mostly within the space ibi tí wọ́n ti ṣe wọ́n yẹn ṣe understand so tó bá yẹ pé àríbi dúró dáadáa ṣe ló yẹ kí Yorùbá nation radio ti wà get àbí Odùduwà radio ó ti yẹ yín sìn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n á lè fún àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá nílé ni o àti níta ni o wọ́n fún wọn láǹfààní láti lè máa communicate pẹ̀lú over 50 million Yorubas tó wà nílé. Now, ó ní iṣẹ́ tí yẹn máa dá ṣe láyé ọ̀tọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé à ń raise awareness.
Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ gan níṣẹ́ tí máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ general ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ gan níṣẹ́ tí máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìyẹn dẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ káwọn afojú sí pé can we set up a
ẹ máa gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn wá ti dá owó rí over $10,000 sí àbí $16,000 tí wọ́n náà fẹ́ fi ṣí rédíò tó di scandal àti rédíò àtowó lẹ́nu pé Yorùbá nation yìí campaign yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o ṣe wá imagine kémi wá jí lọ́la kí wọ́n sọ pé mo láì díà o a ní láti ní rédíò kíní kan Ego àwọn èèyàn tó dá $16,000 yẹn gbà yẹn. Tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé owó yẹn ti bọ́ sápò àwọn kan. Táwọn ènìyàn náà ṣe ń pera wọn leader Yoruba nation lẹ́ni yo. Ego àwọn tó dá owó yẹn time yẹn. How do you think they will react? Nígbà tí Maiyegun bá sọ pé I need the radio and ilé náà ti fẹ́ gbà wọn. Mo ń ka comment kan sí yan kan tí ń sọ that's how you start your scam. You want to start your own scam too. Do you know that pé àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, most of them are speaking from experience. That's how much damages tí àwọn kan ti damage kìíní yìí when it comes to commitment àwọn èèyàn wọ́n abuse ẹ̀ gan. But like I said, imagine the impact of that radio. Nìkan social media tá à ń sọ yìí wàláhì tálà kò ní 1% influence tí àwọn irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn máa ní on our people. Think about that.
Maiyegun.
Sir?
Hello, sir. I want to say this thing to you finally. Please try to understand. When I was growing up, I have understood that there are many fakes and counterfeits.
Yes.
But once I've realized that mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan, màmá gbọ́ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ṣe ṣe nìyẹn, mi kì í jẹ́ kó discourage mi. Màá ní ẹ lè máa rí mi bí àwọn tó ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ máa rí mi over time pé mo yàtọ̀. And Maiyegun, I don't know if I can put that mindset into you. See, a lot of things has happened.
It's just like we can walk. Right? What I'm saying is, I am somebody who believes that it is possible. I don't believe in an impossibility. What I'm pointing out is that we have experienced so much damages that trust has been ruined. Okay, that if you want to come out, you have to come out so clean, and at the same time, just hope for the best because you may not really be able to do what you want to do because of those things. But yeah, discourage you. It won't discourage us.
Yes, Maiyegun, gbogbo ilẹ̀ tó ti bàjẹ́, kò sọ fún agbára ní tún lè ṣe mọ́. Tá a bá la fẹ́ tún lè ṣe, táwọn èèyàn doubt wa, that will not move us. We just keep moving. If it's going to take 2-3 years for them to àwọn eléyìí ò ní ṣe báyìí o. See, it takes time to earn trust. You know that it takes you time to get the name you have today. But we need to pursue this thing. People, when we start, people say, "What do today? I'm going to today, but I'm about to lo." Let me share with you. I'm Taiwo.
Yes.
There was a matter that after 12 years in a twin brother, it took about 12-13 years before my twin brother but I said, no matter how you are doubting me, you are going to agree with me over time. This thing happened in my marriage, Maiyegun. In my marriage. If there's something that it took my wife years to conclude, and you said this thing 12 years ago, my husband.
Okay.
I
like that.
People will not. That is what I want you to do. Bible, let us take a move. People have do this. People have done this. They have done this. We will be moving. People may not. A year may go. We may still not get there, but we know we will get there because along the line, people will see that okay, I'm really yato because I have seen you, your personality and your mind, and that's the kind of thing I have. We can get Yoruba nation, and I'm not trying to blow you up. Maiyegun, do you know that if you are the person that will get this nation, it will be you if it is you. Because if the material is in you, it will be you if it is you, and you get all that will make it to be you. That's why the way I see you more than you are seeing yourself because I don't have your platform, but I have your spirit, maybe stronger than your spirit. I have your passion, maybe stronger than your passion, but we can get this thing. It may be you. Let us start. People may die, people may doubt us. People may think we are like others, but we are not. Do you know what I see when you were talking today?
Yes.
I don't want to be mentioning, but let me just say this. A lot of these people who champion Yoruba nation, let me give you a conclusion that they are not sincere. I have to say my conclusion though, I don't see sincerity in there because when you have a mission in life and you are sincere and you want to give your life to it, you will get to where you are going.
I believe.
So Maiyegun, let's start in a small way. It may be you, it could be you.
You have spent your evening, right? Sati, you have spent your evening.
Thank you.
27 minutes trying to convince me that it is the right thing to do for us to chart a new course for ourselves. I'll think about it. Okay?
Thank you.
I would love to. At the same time,
thank you.
I will remind you when the time comes. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. And you have a wonderful evening, okay? Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
So that is Sir Taiwo calling from England, so to say. I have heard him, you have heard him, and we will continue to do. I actually love the intervention part. I call it intervention. But some people feels like we should do more. But from my own experience, from people, okay, I'm going to stop saying that because Sotaiwo felt like I am burying something that could be useful to this, for this cause, so to say. So I will think about. I'm going to go. You should go and pray about it and let me know what God told you about it too. Maiyegun. Thank you very much. My time is up. I'm going to see you some other time. Stay safe. Good night. And possibly share the broadcast if you haven't. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.